Here we go, here we go, here we go. Family, if you see a dusty mop, point them out. If you see a rusty mop, point them out. If you see a musty mop, point them out. Because we about to check them all. Conscious Flea, about to get checked. Joyless Reid, about to get checked. And whatever the hell this is, whatever the hell that is, that. Whatever you do, you better respect foundational Black Americans, and whatever you do, you better give it up, and you better drop any Black American flag, especially if you's a tether. So it's all about regulating, reparations, and certified foundational Black Americans' own business. Free Huey.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.
Man, family, they're going to have to do better than this. I'm saying, this is who they thought they was going to bring around the cosplay foundational Black Americans. I know the Democrats done ran out of a bag, y'all, but if this is all they can afford, then they in for some deep trouble. But let me know where you at right now. Certified foundational Black Americans. What city, town, state, region? Throw your hood up and let's represent. I need some certified vibes in your area because we about to go all the way in. The top is dropped back. The foot is on the gas, and we about to go 100 miles an hour straight to the bank. Roll call, because this is how FBA does it, fam. And how FBA win, always win by a knockout. Nothing more, nothing less, because we the best. Yes, indeed. See y'all. Much love and respect, man. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the love that y'all been giving me. I appreciate the love you've been giving my side. Thank you very much, man. We about to represent. I see Chicago and Jacksonville, Tennessee, New Jersey, and Georgia is in the building. San Francisco. Shout out to San Francisco. Just on the radio out there. Much love, y'all. NYC, North Carolina. I see y'all. Let's go. Cincinnati's in the building. I heard y'all still running up on folks. I'm just telling everybody. But we about to run up on some folks today, y'all. Okay? Because what we going to do is that we going to take delineation to another level. We going to take gatekeeping to another level, and we're going to take regulating to another level, okay? It's going to go to the maximum, through the roof. So if anybody out there don't like FBA, then you're going to hate FBA at the end of this. If you don't like Black Americans, you're going to hate Black Americans. Whatever you feel about us now is going to be to the maximum by the end of this video. So if you love us, then the love is only going to be stronger. And if you hate us, then the hate is only going to be stronger. But that's good, because hate ain't nothing but love flipped upside down. And we in the place, y'all. Certified salute. Listen, I appreciate all the love. I appreciate everybody who's been holding the family down. Thank you very much, man. Everybody knows that Queen Alpha is good. Appreciate. She wanted me to tell y'all something. So much respect. And shout out to all my brothers and sisters out there, man. Y'all know how it go, man. We be sending them certified vibes, and we be holding each other down, man. So I respect and send love out to all of you guys. Much love and respect for all the love and respect, y'all. Y'all know we going to stay on our feet, and we going to continue. And everything is just a small little cloud, y'all. It's a small little cloud, but you always see the sun shining through it all. And the sun stays shining on us. And let me tell you who it ain't shining on, these goddamn tethers. Family, how many of y'all right now are familiar with this Monaleo? How many of y'all are familiar with the Soulaan and the Black American movement? How many of y'all are familiar with that? Because there's been a whole firestorm with everybody talking about this new video that's coming out. And I see a lot of mixed reactions. So I want to ask the family, what's really good in the hood? And is it real like they say it's real? So this lady makes this music video and she drops it. Soon as she makes this damn video, fam, everybody's talking crazy because this is supposed to be about Black American heritage. However, on the flip side, what everybody keeps on seeing is a hell of a lot of foreign flags in the back. So there's been a hell of a lot of stuff going on, and people looking at the background, they seeing that some of these managers is tethers. They seeing a lot of these people as outsiders. Half of these people ain't got no business being around foundational Black Americans. And guess who the hell jumped out of nowhere and started trying to represent the Black American heritage flag, y'all? Yes, indeed. It was Conscious Fleroy. Absolutely. Now he want to talk about some lineage. This is the guy who said we was going to get deported. This is the guy who said foundational Black Americans was a hate group. Now he wants to get involved. Family, let me tell you, like I told everybody, and I'm going to continue to tell them, every single day, every single second, there's somebody out there trying to steal our lineage. And we're going to go through a gang of videos today. That's why I told you, we're going to take delineation to another level. It ain't just ain't going to be nobody tweeting and all that. Damn that. We about to regulate to the fullest today. I'm telling you, we shutting down every op, every mop, all the Dusties, the Rusties, the Democratic shills, the Republican shills, F them all. Everybody about to get that smoke today. Get your popcorn ready. Share this video because we about to go all the way in. The days of the games are over. We're not playing no more, y'all. They's out here spending trillions of dollars to infiltrate the lineage. Rap songs, country songs, they got gospel songs, they got pastors, they got reverends, they got foreigners, they got migrants. Everybody out here hate on FBA, but everybody want to be FBA. Does that make any goddamn sense? No, the hell it don't. But let me tell you what does make sense. Sense is we about to go full-time regulating. Family, the streets is out here talking, and the streets is telling everybody that you can't just wake up and be a Black American today. So we're going to expose this song. We're going to expose behind the scenes, and we're about to expose everybody. Let's go.
Stop explaining the Soulaan song to non-Black Americans. My God. Because the way y'all will come on here, oh, the spitting on the broom means this, the dripping of fish means that. That's why we can't have nothing. That's why our culture keeps getting stolen. Because some of y'all don't know how to do this. The day y'all learn how to do this is the day we'll actually have something for ourselves. I don't even like when y'all be making videos on how to do certain things. Because it's giving that y'all don't respect private practices.
I feel like ever since Leo dropped that Black American anthem, it's been a lot of people claiming to be Black American, right? But I thought it was, I know Black, I Dominican. I know Black, I Puerto Rican. Keep it like that still on that side, baby. Don't be claiming Black American now.
Not for nothing, but sorry, not sorry at all. If you're not a Black American who has family lineage in this country, America, going back 4 generations or more, I don't want to see you hopping on this Soulaan trend with the 4 Black grandparents. Not for nothing.
How come anytime Black Americans want to be proud of their heritage and their culture that we allegedly don't have, it becomes a war? It is not a diaspora war. But hear me when I say this. If your grandparent is not from this country, this is not for you. If you are first or second generation American, this is not for you. Like, it's literally not to be mean. It's not to be rude. It's not to be anything except for proud of who we are and our culture. Like, we let y'all have that. But whenever it's time for us to have it, no matter who it is, it's a problem.
Tell me why the Africans and the Caribbeans are online talking about us calling ourselves Soulaan is anti-Black and we being xenophobic. How? We have always called ourselves Soulaan. You obviously don't know what it means. You don't have any Black American friends. You don't know shit about us except for what you hear and see on the radio and TV, computer and TV. Ridiculous. Anti-Black. You guys weren't even Black just yesterday. Just yesterday, it was offensive to call y'all Black. You would quickly say, no, I'm not Black. All of y'all. Now y'all Black. Ever since this deportation and delineation started, you guys are all Black now. It's crazy. I'm like, so you got a problem with us calling ourselves Soulaan? We never said we weren't Black. We know we Black. We proud as hell to be Black Americans. Proud as hell. Ain't no other group of people more proud to be Black than us. Hell, we made it cool to be Black. What you talking about? I said everything we do and say is a problem. Why? Because when somebody already got a problem with you, everything you do and say is a problem. Why? Because it's already a problem. It's always going to be a problem. Keep being jealous, keep being envious, and eat your heart out. Because we the soul of this world.
Man, oh man, oh man. The more things change, the more they stay the damn same. Family, were we not having these conversations just a few months ago? Okay, now you see exactly what we've been talking about this whole damn time. Everybody wants your spot. The moment you think that they don't want your spot or your stuff is the moment when you done slipped up and you need to sit down. We be putting out spaces. Y'all be hearing them. I have panels. I let everybody talk. I let everybody rock. Family, do y'all know every single time we have a panel and every single time we break things down, there's always 2, 3, 4, 5 people who be like, y'all was being too mean to them. Y'all needs to let them talk. Let them get a word in, Alpha. Y'all's is being xenophobic. Do y'all realize we're getting to the point now where the movers and the shakers are going to have to be separated from the people who playing? You're going to have to be, fam. Remember, these people do not tether at 22%. I think a lot of people believe that these folks only want half of our reparations. I have yet to see a tether come out and say, you know what? I only want half of those reparations. I only want half of hip hop music. I want the whole bag. Why haven't people learned yet? Delineation is not the nice business. Neither are politics. I know there's a lot of people out there, they still got this little affection for feelings. And when you see Brad or Chad start crying, you get in your little emotions, that little colonizer spirit. I know when Mr. Mutombo says we all's black, brother, people starts to getting all feeling wise. I don't. I advise all my brothers and sisters to continue to do exactly what you're doing because they out here trying to steal it, y'all. This is a matter of resources. This is a matter of wealth. This is a matter of the future. Either you gonna have it or you gonna lose it. So make a decision and make it wise because now it's getting to the real time. Now we're to the point where brothers and sisters is going to have to make a decision quickly. I already know what mine is. I know what y'all's are. So if that's the damn case, family, then let's continue to stand on certified damn business. It's delineation, regulating, and reparations. So fam, right after this, you start to see Conscious Flea come out. And Conscious Flea starts talking about Black American this, Black American that. He's a tether, by the way. Okay, Conscious Flea is a tether. We're going to make this clear. Don't let nobody run around here and allow him to spin it. Because what you're hearing now, brothers and sisters, you're starting to hear people talk about second, third, fourth, fifth generation. That's becoming the new thing. Remember, y'all, if you are indigenous foundational Black American, there ain't no 2, 3, 4, and 5 generations. You are just a foundational Black American. Anytime someone starts talking about my 4 grandparents, my 2 grandparents, I'm a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anytime you say Black American with a generation on it, then you are not a Black American. We're going to have to tighten the ship because, fam, we're not going to have these TikTok debates and battles all goddamn year long. That's just not happening. So Conscious Flea comes out, and what does Conscious Flea do, y'all? He starts waving that Black American flag. And what does he do? He starts saying that he's a Black American. And he starts telling people they better respect him. I can show you better than I can tell y'all. Look at this dusty mop who's been exposed. He was ducking fades for the whole year. He don't want no smoke, no problems with no FBA. He's got to troll. He got to be on smut time because he ain't on real time. Watch him right now, family, jumping on top of this song and trying to put his stamp on it. Watch this.
In this video is going over folks' head because they too focused on making think pieces of whether or not I should have been in the video or not. So I'm gonna teach y'all something. Even though y'all swear up and down the African American heritage flag ain't got nothing to do with pan-Africanism, we're gonna get into those symbols. But y'all know it was intentional with her being able to stitch all these flags from across the diaspora and representing how proud she is of her own heritage. Back to this flag though. Who told y'all if a person disagrees with the politics of a fringe online group called Foundation of Black Americans, they can't be proud of their own African American heritage? When it comes to the flag, though, according to the designers, superimposed on the black stripe is a golden wreath of fig leaves. The cultivated fig is a native of Africa and ranks as one of the most ancient of life-sustaining fruits. According to the designs of the flag now, centered within the golden wreath is a blunted Moorish boarding sword that is a symbol of leadership carried by the great Moorish leaders of the 8th century. 8th century, before America was founded, before the plantation started, before you got picked up on that boat that you loved to bang where you got dropped off at. Even all her references about
freeze, but it ain't Africa though. That's why it is the Black American heritage flag. Listen, he's trying to use the creator and he's trying to say, well, this the African symbology, and if you look to the left side, it says African on it. Ain't it funny that he wants to use all these little African references, but he's skipping over the biggest reference? The reference I'm talking about is the fact that it's called the American heritage. It ain't called the Black African heritage flag. It's the Black American heritage flag. So how can you point to all these little things about Africa, but you missing out the point that it's named after America and all that stuff about the Moors? The Moors came here. The Moors were on the damn boat trying to guide people. They not Black American though, so you better try again, Mr. Mutombo. This is what we talking about these tethers, y'all. They not out here playing games. These tellers want everything. They lie, they cheat, they steal, they make no damn sense. Anything they can do to try to take away from you. This man talking about Africa, by the way, why he got a Mexican woman, who, by the way, he tries to pass his Mexican woman off as a mixed woman. Yeah, she mixed. She mixed with Belgrande and Belrito, but she ain't mixed with black partner. And now he's trying to spin this into some type of African movement. And by the way, this dude is in the damn video. Oh, no, we're going to do some straightening up today, y'all. Oh, no. Let's clean house today. Conscious Flea, you about to get destroyed.
About hoodoo, from the coin purse to sweeping people on their feet. You cannot separate hoodoo from its South African, Central African roots. You can't. Even if you recognize that, hey, man, this came from the African American plantation. What did they inscribe into the Christian values? Central and West African beliefs, right? Stop playing, man. It is okay for you to be able to do walk and chew gum at the same time. You can be both proud of your Black American heritage like I am and acknowledge the multiplicity of the diaspora house.
Like you are. Oh, brothers and sisters done check your paperwork. They done pulled your mop card. Use a melanated other person. Fam, this is another thing. Y'all better watch for these second, third generation people who come down here and get an accent. Somebody come out there and they talk with a little Southern accent. You be like, oh, I believe him. He got a Texas accent. You can't say that, Black Alpha. His accent comes from Memphis. That ain't nothing but a damn second generation tether that grew up in Texas. Roland Martin grew up in Texas too. Guess where his people from? Haiti. Nah, ain't no like we in my Black American heritage. And remember, you told us not to delineate, Flea Man. Oh, no, you gonna get flea bath today, partner. Checkmate.
And chew gum at the same time. You can be both proud of your Black American heritage like I am and acknowledge the multiplicity of the diaspora and how it's contributed to our heritage and how it's contributed to that over there. Like, y'all so crazy, man. The symbolism in this video is going.
This is what we talking about, y'all. Notice, focus, realize what we saying, okay? This is what these individuals are trying to pull. They're trying to pull a fast one, okay? Because now we're getting into absolute desperation, fam. Word on the street, word on the block. They're going house to house, rounding up illegals, cutting off all the visas, all the TPS gone. This is the result of Tether getting. All right. Remember, go to the summer, man. During the summer, what were we talking about? The African boycott, the beauty salons, the braiding shops. They were trying to get reparations. Oh, and speaking of reparations, did y'all know we going? I told y'all, listen, if you're trying to go 20 miles an hour, you need to go ahead and pull over, park, and we'll see you later. Okay. I'll catch you next weekend. If you're trying to go full 100, 200 miles an hour, let's go, because that's where the hell I'm heading on this broadcast. Did you see, family, that the Africans are back at the UN and they are trying to get our reparations again? I know a lot of people wanted to know about the Zoom chat. We still gonna do the Zoom chat. See, all this stuff was going on with Charlie Murked, Charlie Fatigue. Folks was getting off track. We getting everybody back on track, okay? Because remember, when this issue pop, that issue pop, that issue pop, the tethers is still right here trying to steal from you. Let this be a lesson to everybody. No matter what's going on, the tethers are always going to be doing their little dirty dealings. They always going to have their ashy ass fingernails in your pot trying to steal. So definitely we are still doing our Zoom chat and we breaking it down because the Africans just went back to the United Nations just this week. And guess who they brought with them? Y'all not going to believe this, family. Guess who the Africans brought with them to the United Nations, and they called for reparations directly. And we're going to break that news today after I destroy Conscious Flea, slap them, wake them up, destroy them again, and put them down. They brought Bolivia. Yeah, they brought Bolivia and the Latino Commission. And the Latino Commission and the African Union are teaming up for reparations, and they're not bringing us up. And if you do not believe me, I will show you right here today on this broadcast. And then, hell, on top of that, Joyless Reid is running around here saying her ancestors built America. I can't tell you more of a jam-packed episode, fam. That's why I was late to get here, but you ain't never late when you're showing up certified. Fam, we got a hell of a lot to break down, and we're going to dust them all off, family. Mops is going to get mopped the hell up. But brothers and sisters are out there, and they calling this all out. Brothers and sisters are out there saying, no. I see what you're doing. I know what you up to, and we're going to regulate full-time, full service right in the process. More and more brothers and sisters is calling this energy out, and more brothers and sisters are standing on certified business. You can't stop certified business. Anybody thought they was going to stop it? Let me tell you something. You're going to have a hard damn time trying to stop foundational Black Americans from doing what the hell we got to do. Watch this right here, fam. This is Back to the Block. The Block is calling all of these people out, because, we like to go to the streets on the Black Alpha Network, see what the people are saying. The people is saying, no, Conscious Flea, you ain't like us. No. You and that little Chicano you call a wife, you can go ahead and go that way because you can't come our way. Back to the Block. Look at this right here, fam. Brothers and sisters are letting it be known.
Yeah, man, you just watch this video right here. This is Consciously. He's dancing to Monaleo. That song with the Soulaan flag in it, right? Why? Why is he doing it? Why is he doing it? See, I understand why, though. You know what I'm saying? I really do. See, when you push so hard for the Democratic Party, you say some wild shit. And this man said a lot of foul shit to Black Americans, especially for the ones that want to delineate. This man was riding the coattails of the Democrats so hard. He said the emancipated people will be deported. This man ran a campaign saying that we can be deported too. This man gave false information about foundational Black Americans. He said a lot of false things, but just mighty funny that he's repping the flag now. I never seen him use the flag, unless y'all have. I don't really see a lot of his videos, but like some of his viral videos, I never seen him rep the Black.
No, he never repped the Black American heritage flag. No. He never repped that flag because he never talked about being a Black American. See, what this is now, y'all, Conscious Flea has failed because, the F in Flea stands for failure. He failed. His mother failed. His knockoff wife is a failure. His parents are failures. His whole lineage is failures because he's not one of us, okay? So now what you're starting to see is Tether's realized the only thing they can do is go full speed with we're really Black Americans. That's what they're doing now, y'all. They're going to tell you straight to your face, no matter how dusty they are, no matter how musty they are, their kneecaps can have ash just falling off of them every time they click their heels, okay? You can smell them down the block, around the corner from the damn corner store. Trust me, they are just going to tell you they're Black American now. They can no longer say that we should all be Black, brother. We shut that down. They can no longer say we all friends. We done shut that down. The only thing they have left now is just to say they're us. That's it. Because they can't combine to us, tether to us, blend to us, leech off us any way no more. We have shut down every door, fam. There was about 15 doors in this house, and we done shut down all 15 of them. So now they trying to go through the only open damn window they can find. And now they're saying, well, I'm Black too. I got 4 grandparents. I don't give a damn. Your 4 grandparents ain't nothing but 4 damn tethers to me. Checkmate all the way.
Black American flag like that. That lets me know that his Democratic talking points is not working. People not trying to hear about this. Hey, we need to vote Democrat. Hey, be scared of Trump. Be scared of Trump. Please be scared of Trump. Look at what Trump do. Look what the Republican Party doing. Same thing with the Democratic Party doing. Nothing. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I think it's just highly weird to me. And you see it right there. You see it. You see it. I don't know if he's trying to be disrespectful or he trying to play con. Cause I know a lot of niggas that know how to play con real good.
No, fam. They're not being disrespectful. They're being desperate. We have to understand that. I want you to lock that in, my good brothers and sisters. This is not a game of them being desperate other than them being desperate. They're not trying to be halfway desperate, sort of desperate. They're being all the way desperate. That's what it is. It is nothing more than that. It's not disrespect, none of that. They need us now because they about to go home. That's what it's about.
You know what I'm saying? And I think he's one of them. Don't y'all fall for this, Black Americans. Do not fall for this. Now, I don't even like the song no more. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw him do it, I don't even want to hear the song no more. I ain't gonna lie to you. Seeing him on that song made me feel like like a lot of people been saying in my lives, there is some type of propaganda going on, and they still trying to crowbar all these goddamn immigrants with us, or all these other black countries with us. Boy. Lord,
there you go. There you go. That's exactly what's happening, my brother. That's exactly what's going on, family. They are right now trying to crowbar anybody. They can get, fam, you got to understand. If they don't do it now, they ain't going to be able to do it because these people ain't going to be here. Where they going to be at, fam? Yo, you can't crowbar on the Black Americans if you're not here in America. They got to go now. Now is the time. Fam, they're all about to be home very soon. They tried to stop deportation during the election. They couldn't do it. They tried to stop deportation with propaganda. They couldn't do it. They went to the court system. The court said, nope, 14th Amendment, that is for Black Americans. Nope, we can go ahead and send these people home. You're not going to stop none of the visas, all of that stuff. Y'all going straight to the goddamn crib. That's what it is. So now, family, they're saying, flee, we need to go ahead and get you to do what you got to do. You need to come on, flee. We in trouble right now, Fleet. We need your help. This is what it is, fam. So you better get to real if you about regulating, fam. Regulators mount up. I've been talking about race regulating for 5 whole years, family. Okay? We some regulators. Whatever regulating you got in you, I don't give a damn if that much. You better bring it out. You better get going now. Because, fam, you seen what it was going to be if Kamala Harris and Joe Biden continued. You remember when Conscious Flea was jumping up and down, he was running around, and he was talking all that trash? He don't talk that now. Now he waving the Black American heritage flag, y'all. And we told everybody, you got to be extra cautious, extra careful. There you go. Fam, is that Conscious Flea from a year ago? Because Conscious Flea from a year ago was running around here trying to tell foundational Black Americans that we need to support Kamala Harris blindly. That's what he was saying a year ago. Don't get it tangled and twisted. He done turned into full Tether Lives Matter. That's exactly what he done turned into, fam. And they have all turned into Tether Lives Matter. That's exactly what they're doing because they know that clock is ticking and time is about up. And family, how do I know this? Watch this, fam. There's a lot of crazy things about that video. All right. There's a lot of crazy things about that video, that song that a lot of people ain't really addressing, but y'all know shit. We about to address it right here, right now. Y'all look at this right here. Look at this. I hope that the sexy Soulaan video hit 100 million views. It's funny to me the FBA rejects think they got to monopolize on the identity and culture like the white master. Family, why is he in the video? This is what I heard. Is he in the video? Because I ain't even watched it. I'll be honest with you. I don't sit there and Hercules for every time someone brings up blackness. That's a problem with too many people. Too many people start to hear someone say something that is black, and then they just forget about everything else they did. I heard he's in the video. That right there, fam, that's what I'm seeing. That dude in the video, and this is why he running around caping for it. Hell no. No, family, if you talking about Conscious Fleetroy being in a damn song talking about Black Americans, that is some co-op energy right there. Co-op energy. Okay, and the sister man meant well. I don't know. A lot of people looking at her background, saying her background is real suspicious. Some people saying it ain't. There's a hell of a lot of mixed signals that we gonna go ahead and clear up today. You never heard the song? I ain't listened to it either. Only thing I'm seeing are those people who are jumping for joy and those folks who was calling it out. That's the only difference that I'm seeing, family. But what's got us looking real funny style is that she puts this out right here. And family, look at that. Look at that right there. The Black American heritage flag, and behind it, all you got is the damn diaspora. That looks real pan-African to me. That look very, very pan-African, brothers and sisters. If you don't want your flag waved with other flags, then maybe you shouldn't put your flag next to other flags. That ain't how you do things when you delineate. Does that look like delineation, brothers and sisters? It don't look like delineation to me, y'all. Nope. And how about this right here? Check this out. Conscious Flea with more. Shout out to the proud Black Americans who don't champion mass deportations. See, fam, he's using the video in the Black American heritage flag, and now he's spinning you onto mass deportations. You see, you still see the Democratic agenda in all of this. So when the video drops and you see Pan-African flags in the background, and you see all of the tethers jumping up and down, and now you see Conscious Flea spinning you right towards mass deportations that he's mad at you about. Family, I don't know how much more of a setup you can find. I mean, damn, if you don't see some funny style energy in that, then you either ain't looking in the same direction as me or you just cannot see. But it's got to be one or the other. So he says, shout out to all of the Black Americans, the proud Black Americans, who don't sympathize with white supremacy. Family, that's the Tether talking point. You guys are xenophobic. You act like the white supremacists. That's how you guys act. You see, he's using the same exact tactics that you hear all the damn time on TikTok from the TikTok tethers having TikTok tether tantrums right here to us. There you go. He says, shout out to all the proud Black Americans who don't need to hate immigrants to affirm being a Black American. That has nothing to do with anything other than he wants your money. He wants your lineage. He wants what you got. And he is desperate as hell. You see it, you saw it, put it in there, fam. This is what you're getting. Now you're starting to see these bold as hell tethers coming out here, and they running that same tether psych out. And I want all my brothers and sisters to see through it the way you need to see straight through it. So family, look at it. You see it, I see it. We all watching it. We all watching it live in the living color, fam. So let me ask y'all a question. Since I got my brothers and sisters in here, what do y'all feel about this video? Okay, how do you feel about the sexy Soulaan and the Monaleo? Okay, how do y'all feel? I know half of y'all don't even listen to it, you dig? And neither do I, to be honest with you. But I'm aware of all these things, and I'm looking at it, fam. And there's just too many things going back and back and back and forth. What I tell y'all, in order to see past supremacy, just don't believe anything they're doing. I see a hell of a lot of stuff. You see? Okay, yep. You say it's a setup. Absolutely. Okay. People saying they trying to flip things up. And by the way, her manager is an African. Okay, he's a full African. And y'all want to know what the manager's name is? His name is, I'm not lying, Uncle Toby. I'm not lying, fam. This is her manager's name. It's Uncle Toby. So you see a whole gang of things. Now, whether she's got good intentions or bad intentions, either way, it ain't paying my bills. It ain't good enough for me. I want everybody to be on point. I want you to be correct because I'm seeing a hell of a lot of strange things. You ain't seen the video? Go check the video out. Go check the video out, family, because let me tell you, you got people on both sides. Some people are jumping for joy, talking, oh, this is the song. And this is the thing. Black folks, stop reaching for a damn victory. If you get a victory, it will come to you. If you win, it will show itself. Don't reach for a damn victory because what ends up happening a lot of times, we see somebody do one damn thing that looks like it's on code, and we never ask them, well, how do you feel about these 17 other issues? How do you feel about that issue and that issue? Don't hear somebody say, well, I'm a Black American, and go, all right, good. That's all I need to hear. He must be on code. He must be a friend. And then you ask them, well, what do you feel about the Skittles bag? Well, I feel that we all should be Skittles bags. What do you feel about Julio? I feel we should all be Taco Supremes. What do you feel about mayo? I feel we should all have Miracle Whip. But you didn't ever ask him about them 17 other issues because you pulled out the pom-pom as soon as they said, I'm the blacks that likes to use, brother. Or they waved the damn flag. You got to call everybody out. That is what delineation is. It's about checking paperwork, going down the list and seeing it. Because if you don't, next thing you know, family, you're going to start to see people pop up and say what I was just telling you. Conscious Flea, Roland Martin, and now the tethers. Let me tell you the new tether trend. They're telling you that they Black Americans, whether you like it or not. They telling you, if I come to America and I am a first generation, I'm Black just like you. What they're doing is breaking down the walls between first generation, second generation, third generation, and indigenous. That's what they do. That's what happens when you're desperate. See, when you're desperate, you get tired of playing games. They did it all. Like old brother just said a minute ago. The Democratic talking points ain't working. Conscious Fleas looking at the numbers. Democrats are going to probably lose this next election unless something miraculous happens. They're in disarray. Kamala Harris is getting booed. Joe Biden is like 9 billion years old. Barack Obama's legacy is destroyed. The Democrats have nothing left. So the tethers are like, damn, who going to help me? Mommy and daddy can't help me. What am I going to do? So now they're saying, you know what? Let's just say that it doesn't matter what generation you are as a Black person. It don't matter. And fam, if you don't believe me, let me show you. I'm about to show you this Haitian tether. And this Haitian tether tells everybody that she is a Black American and she is only a first or second generation. And she's telling everybody, whether you like it or not, she is Soulaan, which means Black American. And then they're going to tell you they foundational. Eventually, they're going to say they certified. And they're going to say it does not matter about lineage. It does not matter about heritage. It does not even matter about indigenous no more. Ain't that funny? Because they always tell us about honoring the red indigenous natives, which ain't indigenous. But now they're going to try to tell us on the flip side, well, you can be whatever you want to be. Watch this right here, family. This tether got something to tell y'all. She said that she going to be a Black American. She said she don't give a damn about your 55, 57, 58 different ways of identifying. She don't give a damn. She said she don't care about every grandma on your family tree. She said she don't give a damn if you got more grandpas than her. She is a Black American because she got 4 grandparents. Here you go.
Good morning. Y'all are going crazy, but let's talk about it. Y'all are mad at me because I'm saying I'm Soulaan, right? But when you go to the doctor, what do you check off? You check off Black/African American. You know why? Because we're all under one fucking umbrella. When you look at me, if I didn't tell you I was Haitian, what would you think I was? With my good English that I speak, I would be African American. I would be American. You wouldn't know I was Haitian unless I was speaking Creole or I had an accent, which I don't. You're talking about 2 parents and 4 grandparents that are American. Both my parents are from fucking Brooklyn, New York, and my grandmother the same. So,
fam, does that make her a foundational Black American? I'm asking. She's telling you. She talking to y'all. She want to know, family. This Tether got some questions. She want them answered. She just told you both her parents were born in Brooklyn, and she just told you that she got 4 grandparents, y'all. Woo! Oh my goodness. Boy, I ain't never seen 4 grandparents before. Man, that just shocks us Black Americans. We could never fathom having 4 grandparents. Man, she done did all the deeds, ain't she, y'all? This woman says she got 4 grandparents. I mean, because 4 is such a large number. 4 is just generation on generation. She said her people go all the way back before the Civil War because she got 4s of them. You see? Ain't that what Conscious Flea's doing? This is the new Tether trend, y'all. 4 grandparents don't get you in.
the American. You wouldn't know I was Haitian unless I was speaking Creole or I had an accent, which I don't. You're talking about 2 parents and 4 grandparents that are American. Both my parents are from fucking Brooklyn, New York, and my grandmother the same. So what are we talking about? And their mothers. So what are we talking about? Just because I have a Haitian background, or just because I am Haitian American because my roots are from Haiti, my family and all of us, our roots are from Haiti, doesn't mean that I am not American. I'm born here, bro.
Damn, what? Did she just say even though she's from Haiti, that doesn't mean she's not American? Family, that's like me saying even though I'm from Earth, you can't say I'm not from Jupiter. How in the hell can you say all my parents, everybody, including me, is Haitian, but I'm an American? It don't work that way, foo-foo. Nowhere in the world can you say, even though I'm this, I'm still that. Even though I'm that, I'm still this. Imagine any of us saying, even though we're born and raised in America, we're still Japanese. Let me get some of that money. Even though we was born and raised in America, we still are Jamaican. Let me get some of the no money that you ain't got. This person just said, even though I'm Haitian, I'm still American. This is the warped logic, family.
So what are we talking about? Just because I have a Haitian background, or just because I am Haitian American because my roots are from Haiti, my family and all of us, our roots are from Haiti, doesn't mean that I am not American. I'm born here, bro. My parents born here, grandparents born here, but I am a Haitian. Also, I am American. So what the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all want to go ahead and split and divide and we're Soulaan, we're this because we did this and that. Bro, that shit was created, influenced by social fucking media in 2020. Our shit go back how many fucking years, decades, centuries? Come on, we're all under the same umbrella. We all come from the same shit back there to be up here right now talking the shit that y'all talking. So while y'all trying to tell me I'm not American or I'm Haitian or Caribbean and she shouldn't have put us in there, whatever. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to. Let's just ask Monaleo. Let's just ask her. And if she gives us the correct answer as to what she meant in her song, then cool.
Stop. Family, is Monaleo the representative of any of you guys? Listen what this Tether just said, fam. She said, damn facts, damn evidence, damn stats and statistics. Let's just go ask the entertainer. She said, if you don't go ask the entertainer, then don't come talk to her. So I'm asking you guys a question, like I've been known to do here on the Black Alpha Network. I'm asking you guys, is Monaleo, this singer, rapper that most of you guys have never heard of, is she the representative of what can and can't be a Black American? Is this why they use entertainers, fam? Is this why entertainers jump to the front of the line? Is this why entertainers end up becoming the people who are the spokesfolks? Because they can allow that person to say, yep, she can come on in. She can come on. No, it's okay. Monaleo said it, y'all. It's all good now. You see what I'm talking about? If you don't check them, they gonna keep on running games. So she said, don't find out the truth. Just go ask the rapper.
Or I'm Haitian or Caribbean, and she shouldn't have put us in there, whatever. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to. Let's just ask Monaleo. Let's just ask her. And if she gives us the correct answer as to what she meant in her song, then cool. This shit went from me making a fucking video of me just embracing the fact that I am a Black African American, and she made a song about all Black African Americans and the roots that they come from, because she said that too. But go off. Y'all sound stupid as shit. I don't care. I said what I said, and I'm gonna still say what I say. You can call it rage bait, you can call whatever the fuck you want to call it, but at the end of the day, me as an individual, you do not know me, so you don't know where I come from. None of you in these comments ask me, well, do you have 2 American parents and 4 American grandparents? That makes you Soulaan? No, you didn't ask me that, because you swear you fucking know, and it's the reason why your white people be saying what they say to us, and they act how they act with us, and they oh yeah.
Oh, there you go, fam. You knew it wouldn't be Tether babble if she didn't say, this is why white folk don't like her. Fam, do they always include, well, the white folks would feel this way, it's because of y'all? How come the white folks are always the gold standard and the barometer of greatness every time they lecture us? Can they get through one lecture about us and not point and say, see, the white folks don't do that. See, the white folks wouldn't understand. See, the white folks feel this way because of us. See, the white folks is mad because we deserves it. You see what I'm talking about? Yeah, tell the time.
Uproar. Everyone's fighting each other. So you go ahead and say that, do that, act like that. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what I said. I am Soulaan.
There you go. She said she gonna say what she said. She is Soulaan, and can't nobody tell her nothing else. I told y'all, family, that's the new hustle. That's the new con. The new con now is just to tell you that they are Black. See, now they got to try to change the rules. You're going to start to see now, in the next coming weeks, family, a fog of war. They're going to make everything vague now. I always tell people, if they cannot stop you, they have to stall you. And the number one mechanism of trying to stop somebody is clearly just making the rules all murky, because then it's going to turn into, what is Black American? Who can Black American be? Black American be anybody. You can have 4 grandparents. Now, family, she's trying to compare her 4 grandparents to all the grandparents that we have that we've lost count. Family, I'm going to be honest with you. We couldn't even count all of our grandparents because there's just too goddamn many. Fam, if we sat here right now and said we're going to count our grandparents, we would end up losing track, fam, at what, like 59, 67, 80, 100? We'd be into the hundreds and be like, damn, I can't even count no more, okay? They out here talking about 4, and they think 4 is going to get them through the door, because now they know they about to go home. So you're starting to see the desperation. I want you to see all the desperation in all their faces, fam. This is where they at with it. And by the way, speaking of that whole situation right there, this is what I was trying to tell y'all a second ago. Look at this right here, brothers and sisters. Look at this. This is the manager for this Monaleo right here. Monaleo is managed by Toby. Yeah, Uncle Toby Antayamatana. Yeah, Anta whatever the hell. Can't say it. Yes, that is her manager. He goes by the name of Uncle Toby. Now, family, you can't make up no damn Uncle Toby. But that's exactly what this individual goes by, Uncle Toby. So, fam, I'm seeing some conscious fleas in the background. I'm seeing some Uncle Tobys in the background. I'm seeing Tether saying that they're really Soulaan in the background. But what I'm not seeing is real representation for real foundational Black Americans. That seems to be what's missing out of this whole scenario, y'all. So basically, if all of that is missing and you can't find no foundational Black American, that's exactly what I just seen in the chat. That's some controlled opposition here, brothers and sisters. And ain't it funny how now people want to talk about music? Ain't it funny, y'all? That same Haitian was just telling us that we don't have a culture. See how quick they say we got a culture when they can get in on the culture, y'all? So that's Mr. Uncle Toby right there. Fam, I don't know about anybody else. I'm not talking to, I'm not being friends with, I'm damn sure not getting managed by anybody named no damn Uncle Toby. What does that bring to the forefront of here in foundational Black America? Only a damn Tether would be okay calling himself Uncle Toby. And that's low-key mocking us as well. That's some real mockery right there. Like, what's Uncle Toby now? You know, they like that stuff now. Ooh, I got an idea. Let's say that we names is Uncle Toby. And Black folks, they'll like it because, you know, they like Roots any damn way. They say root word. What about Roots, the movie? And I'll be Uncle Toby. You dig? So this is why we've been seeing it. This is why we've been exposing it. This is why they can't really get it past us, okay? They're going to continue to try to pull these games, fam. They're going to continue to try to hustle us and scam us, plot and strategize, but none of that is really going to work if you gatekeep. If you gatekeep, it's a wrap. If you don't gatekeep, these people will be all in your mix. All in your damn mix. So you make the decision is yours. But let me tell you, fam, it's getting even more crazy out here in the streets. Okay, it's getting really, really real out here in the field. And one of the main things that I want all my good brothers and sisters to understand and identify is that we ain't got no friends. And I tell people all the time, we ain't got no damn friends. I tell people all the time, we good to go. I tell people all the time that stand on certified business because certified business keeps us away from all of that. Certified business puts us in the track of where we needs to be. Okay, not where they want us to be, where we need to be. But you've been seeing Tethers been popping out the fray left and right. They've been having all types of slick things to say, and they've been watching us and they've been maneuvering around what foundational Black Americans have been doing. And I want everybody to locate that, okay, because we're going to get real into it, all right? The main thing that these people been doing, fam, is coming up with these little straw man tactics, and they don't like the way that we've been doing. It's a war on FBA culture, absolutely. And family, how many of y'all seen this individual right here? Okay, fam, I've been seeing this individual. Okay, that boy, you flip that damn bonnet, and you gonna see goddamn bush meat and cockroaches come scattering out. Family, when you look like you're sweating just by thinking, you ain't in the best position, okay? You're not supposed to sweat when you thinking. You're supposed to sweat when you actually moving. This individual has been running around saying reckless things about foundational Black Americans for quite some damn time, y'all. But let me tell you what this individual ended up doing just recently. This individual ended up coming out and having some very, very disparaging remarks about Assata Shakur. Why did she end up coming out saying those things about Assata Shakur? Because they understood the way we got behind Assata Shakur. When we got behind Assata Shakur, they looked at that as another avenue of Black American empowerment. I was just telling everybody on Friday, what I tell y'all, I said we didn't lose a foundational Black American elder, we gained an ancestor, right? And they know that. So therefore, they didn't like the way that we've been out here standing on business. They didn't like the way that we've been out here really pushing that fray. And you've seen a lot of people who've been coming out here really disrespecting the culture. Look at this right here, okay? Trash Patel said it, Trash Patel. Notice they keep calling her by her fake name. I call her by what she went by, and that's Assata Shakur. I won't even address the other name. But watch they say, she didn't fight for justice. She harmed a New Jersey state trooper, Werner, whatever, in cold blood, then fled to Cuba to escape accountability. The FBI never stopped calling her what she was, a terrorist. Mourning her is spitting on the badge and the you-know-what of every cop who gave their life in service. Yeah, ain't this the same people that were telling foundational Black Americans to mourn Charlie Murk? I want y'all to notice, fam, how they want us to praise Charlie Murk, but then they get mad when we're out here praising Assata Shakur. This is the dictatorship of white supremacy. They tell you what you can and can't do. They tell you what's good and what's bad, what's up and what's down. And what we've been doing is we've been resisting that through praising our own individuals and praising our own culture. When the FBI director comes out and he's got to make a statement about Assata family, we just got the news about Assata a few days ago. So the fact that he had to come out immediately and make that damn statement, that means he's afraid. Yeah, because he understands more than plantations is about to get rocked. Lake Lanier gonna be snatching more people up because the new ancestor we got didn't play on earth. The new ancestor we got made supremacy and his department look like fools in real life. So damn right you better try to get in front of it. This is them trying to stop the spiritual power of foundational Black Americans. They didn't talk about her just 2 weeks ago. Now they all want to talk about our good sister now that we rally behind her. Family, this is a spiritual attack on foundational Black Americans because they understand, one, here in the flesh, we're representing, and two, that ancestor that's up there in the sky that we send and certified salutes to, gonna take good care of us. And by the way, I don't know why he talking about seeing anything because, fam, I don't think he's seeing much any damn way. Just being real. So you need to focus on what you can focus on, and that's being a nice little puppet and a nice little buddy of Donald Trump, so you could sit in his lap and let him run his hands up your back. But you need to be quiet about the great Assata Shakur. But family, the Tether's been out here running their damn mouth, and this dusty, musty Tether had something to say. Watch this.
About Assata Shakur's past. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not too broken up about Assata Shakur's passing because I find it very ironic. You pick an African name, you flee to a Latino country for asylum, but what the hell did you actually do for us? Assata Shakur was for self. Much like a lot of those Black Panthers, that's why they were dismantled. You use the struggling and suffering of Blacks to further your own movement. And before you get all pissed off, let me explain something to you. A lot of y'all that are Black in this country, the Black Panthers, as radical and loud as y'all are, baby, you would not have been accepted. The Black Panther Party did not like anybody who was LGBTQ. They didn't care for anybody who was of a different background.
That's not true. That ain't true at all, fam. Didn't I tell you they're just going to start saying stuff? They don't care about facts. This is why I be telling brothers and sisters, don't debate with these people. It's like debating with supremacy. Don't debate with them. They're not here for a factual conversation with you. They're just saying any old jolly ass thing that comes to mind that sounds good and will further their BS agenda. Do not go back and forth with these people. The Black Panther Party was too inclusive, to be real. What ended up bringing down the Black Panther Party is the fact that the Black Panther Party were too inclusive to other groups. They allowed people to say the White Panther Party. They allowed people to make coalitions. They allowed people to team up with outsiders. And them same outsiders that the Black Panther Party ended up befriending were the people that brought the Black Panther Party down. So do y'all see the thanks that the Black Panther Party gets? As a matter of fact, I'll go as far to say, family, that the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense did more for every single minority group in America, and all those groups in America don't give them their proper respect. So no. That's absolute cap about the Black Panthers.
If you were not strictly Black American, they didn't give a fuck about you. So, like I said, and then she killed a police officer, and the movement she was, what was it called? The Black Liberation Army or whatever the fuck, broke in prison, took some people hostage, and, broke her out. She left in a van and all that shit, whatever. And then she fled to Cuba, but Fidel Castro granted her political asylum. And that's what I want to bring to attention. Now, you don't advocate for anybody Black outside America, but the Latino countries are the only place you can go for asylum. You didn't go nowhere that was primarily Black. You didn't go to Jamaica. You didn't go to, you didn't go to Africa. Why the hell did you pick Cuba? Because, if you can't go nowhere else on this earth, Latinos will protect you.
Oh, says what? Says who? What? The ones that firebomb Black folks out there in California? Them? Oh, what about all the gangs out there in California that harm Black American children? What about all of the anti-Black wannabe supremacists in the prison system that team up with the Aryan Nation? All of them? I understand you sticking up for your Tether folk, but your Tether folk ain't us, so you can sit all the way down, okay? And I told you she's sweating while she's thinking, y'all. She's sweating while she's trying to come up with the next lie. That is 100% cap. And why is she trying to put delineation on Assata Shakur? Fam, you'll notice you got one Tether that says Assata was a pan-African. And now this person is trying to say that Assata was some type of delineating, hating everybody. That never came out of her mouth. You see, the same way they put words in my mouth, in your mouth, in our mouths is the same way they're trying to put words in the mouth of Assata Shakur.
So at the end of the day, it's sad she passed, but it don't affect me in no way, shape, or form. And I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Again, just because I'm Black, nah. Black Panther Party really didn't do shit for us either besides give under...
I'm going to tell you what the Black Panther Party did. The Black Panther Party had food programs, and I'm sure you took hell advantage of all them damn food programs. I bet you done went all the way live. They probably had to cut you off. That's why she mad, y'all. Family, I see now. I see why. She's upset because they had to cut her off the free food programs. They was like, whoa. The kids need to eat. All right, well, the kids still need to eat. We got 35 kids in the line, and all they want is a little lunch tray with the little chocolate milk, and you done ate and drank all of it. You mad because the Black Panther Party food programs were in existence, and you thought you was going to hog them all up. That's what it is. Fam, don't listen to these people trying to make it look like she's mad at Assata. You mad because the food programs you done been cut off from. All right, you taking all the damn chocolate milk, all the little pizza that came in the little plastic that you had to heat on up. The lunch lady has been, suspended because she done seen you take over the whole goddamn lunchroom. Please, you running around here eating all the chili on up. She got the beans. She got it all, family. So no, we're not taking none of that from this individual right here. None at all. And you will not disrespect the great Assata Shakur or any foundational Black American. And let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Because you see right there that she was talking reckless about Assata Shakur and saying Assata didn't do anything for Black folks. Well, brothers and sisters done pulled out some receipts. We went into that damn treasure box and we found all of the empty milk cartons from all the chocolate milk that she stole from toddlers. We seen all the French fries. We seen all the pizza. The pizza had like 4 bites in it. You know what I'm saying? You know when somebody take a bite and put it back? She put it back in the refrigerator, came back to get it. We seen all that shit. Now, family, she running around here and they looking and seeing she was just bigging up Assata Shakur a year ago. So what changed? Y'all look at this right here. Look at the paperwork on this one right here. If you ever want to see a beluga get exposed, enjoy this, family. Watch this.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not too broken up about Assata Shakur's passing because I find it very ironic. You pick an African name, you flee to a Latino country for asylum, but what the hell did you actually do for us? Assata Shakur was for self, much like a lot of those Black Panthers. That's why they were dismantled.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Now, tonight, I want to talk about how
Please, 1 year ago, watch.
Cuba takes care of Assata. If you don't know who Assata Shakur is, I'll make another video on that. Normally, like I said, I tell y'all, go look it up, but no, because I'm so passionate about this, I'll make you another video if you don't know who Assata Shakur is. And there was a dude who made a 10-minute video, and I watched every minute of it, talking about Cuba needs to turn Assata over to the U.S. So I'm going to make my video as to why Cuba does not have to and should not and will not. Assata did a lot for Black people.
What?
Assata did a lot for Black people.
Whoa, flip-flop.
What the hell did you actually do for us? Assata Shakur was for self, much.
You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up. The fuck up. And you shut the fuck up.
Damn, Dick Gregory didn't like that too much at all now, did he? There you go, certified salute to Dick Gregory. He says she needs to do the same exact thing that we already know. Family. You got receipts and then you got that in which we just showed. Did she just sit there and tell us that she did not like Assata because Assata did nothing for Black people? However, we just showed y'all that she said a year ago that Assata was so great and did so many great things for Black people. Fam, she done flip-flop right in front of the camera. It went from she did nothing to she did so much. Which one is it? Oh, it's the same thing that we were talking about. She's seen how we've been empowered by Assata Shakur's legacy and her energy. She sees that as fear because she understands that's the same energy that got her people going home. That's the same energy that got her people getting cut off. We are going to cut off the people in her Tether homeland the same exact way the U.S. government cut her off of the food program so all the kids can get their chocolate milk back. Family, all the kids listening, listen to Uncle Alpha. You will get your chocolate milk, you will get your chili, you will get your pizza and all your French fries. Your little TV dinner will be restored because we done exposed Mrs. Beluga. All right, that's the beluga in a bonnet. all right, that bonnet beluga has been completely destroyed, completely exposed, and all the kids is gonna eat again. Family, you ain't got to call up the 1-800-FEED Africa. You ain't got to do all that, family. You can feed all the kids if you just get her to quit stealing their damn lunches. All right, family, I need to get the Nobel Peace Prize Award for that one. I need to, fam. I outed her. The kids gonna eat. Now you're gonna look tomorrow, fam. The statistics, they're gonna say all of the homeless rates done went down. You're gonna see all of the starving done went down. Kids is out there eating, their bellies is full, all because the beluga is done. And family, we don't run. This is what I'm talking about. So what do you call that right there? You call that a receipt beyond receipts. You cannot go back and forth with that type of receipt, fam. Brothers and sisters seen it. Brothers and sisters exposed it. And now she's sitting there looking ridiculous. See, one thing about this era, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to make this clear. A lot of this is led by our foundational Black American women. I'm going to tell you that today. Y'all know I say that all the damn time. All right. When I go to look at these videos of brothers and sisters pulling paperwork, snatching paperwork, exposing people, you see nothing but FBA sisters just regulating people straight up and down. And she done got regulated. They done pulled that paperwork back, slammed it on the table. The kids is eating again. And that bonnet done blew in the wind, family. And it looks like a goddamn hot air balloon because it's that damn big. Look at this right here, fam. This sister, she taking a step further. She said there won't be no Assata Shakur slander up in here. So the FBA sister stepped to the plate and checked the mop want to be. And this is how it's supposed to be. Look at this, fam. This is the type of energy we own. Tell me if you love it.
Congratulations, Bonnet Business. The TikTok of the Year award goes to you. You know, as I watched your video, I kept thinking, I knew you from somewhere. I knew that you looked familiar. And then it hit me, your Hey Arthur looking ass. Imagine talking about a revolutionary freedom fighter from the comfort of your couch. It's giving. And then it hit me, your Hey Arthur looking ass. Imagine talking about a revolutionary freedom fighter from the comfort of your couch. It's giving Brokeback Mountain with a side of Dollar Tree bonnets.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not too broken up about Assata Shakur's but what the hell did you actually do for us? Shakur was for self, much like a lot of those Black Panthers. That's why they were dismantled. The Black Panther Party did not like anybody who was LGBTQ. Black Panther Party really didn't do for us either besides.
See, all that cap, y'all. All that cap running her damn mouth, family. You see what we talking about? But the receipts do not lie.
Way more than just start a WIC program. Black Panthers actually created free dental programs, free health clinics, free nutrition. I can go on and on and on. And you, Bonnet Business, can pause to read if your can read. And as far as your statements about the Black Panther Party not so
Damn. Let me get back to the forefront. Hold up.
So I'm going to need you and your Dollar Tree bonnet to run along and go find Francine. And don't ever again speak on Miss Shakur or the Black Panthers. And don't ever again speak on Miss Shakur or the Black Panthers. And don't ever again speak on Miss Shakur or the Black Panthers. And that's coming from somebody who's an advocate and activist in real life. Congratulations.
Damn. She said we do it for real out here. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm seeing. And that's the energy, fam. Nothing's going unchecked. Okay. And this is what's so beautiful about what we're watching and what we're witnessing and what we're seeing unveiled. Whatever they do, whatever they say, we got brothers and sisters right there ready to get with them. That's just how you're going to have to do it, fam. And you're going to have to do it full time. But guess what? That's exactly how we moving. And that's exactly what's going on. So she got regulated, ran completely out the paint. Her views was trash. She tried to do that for clout. Wasn't nobody really seeing it. Wasn't nobody really repping with it. Everybody now are looking at these ops real funny, y'all. And that's what I'm loving. I'm loving the fact right now, brothers and sisters, that if anybody says something, somebody's going to check them. And these people are starting to go into hiding. These people are running, they ducking. They don't really know what to say next because they feel if they get out of pocket, some of them receipts is going to get pulled all the way back. I showed y'all that little Tether African dude that's always speaking about us. We seen that he's up in Canada living with some damn white folks. Yes, the hell he is. And not only is he living with him, he cooking for him. He making food for him, family. And we found out this dude is out there switch hitting. This man had his shirt tied in a knot all the way up to his stomach. You feel me? This is the best that they have to offer. This is who they think foundational Black Americans is going to fall for? Hell no. Brothers and sisters ain't on that time. Brothers and sisters are certified. That's the difference, fam. So as you see a bunch of these different names and all these different people with all these different opinions, the only thing that truly, genuinely, sincerely matters is FBA, Certified Black Society, and Black American Business. That's it. That's all that matters, fam. And let me show y'all even more. There's even more things going on that I definitely want to expose to the world. This is what the brothers and sisters were saying out here. She talking about, damn, the Latinos went and saved. Please, what? Who? George Zimmerman? Please. Watch this though, fam. Now brothers and sisters are saying, we need to keep some of that song and all that dancing out of the movement, because it seems every time entertainment gets thrown into the movement, people start taking it and running with it. Watch this right here, brothers and sisters.
So Monaleo just dropped a hit song, Too Long. And basically this song highlights Black American culture specifically. And all throughout the song, you could clearly see that she's highlighting and referencing a lot of Black American culture. She even pops out with the Black American heritage flag, which most people don't even know that we got for real. Overall, personally, I think it's a good song. I think they did a great job. But here's my only concern. The song itself highlights Black American culture, but when you watch the music video, to some degree, it looks like she's including other groups of Blacks, like Africans and Caribbeans, by throwing their flag in the background. And my only question is, why the f you got all them flags back there? You see me, like me, I'm kind of petty. I would have added that now one of them in my music video. What T Murder has said, them other, and it's nothing personal. We just noticed that when other artists or entertainers pop out with their flags, they don't include nobody else, which is perfectly fine. But we have artists like Kodak Black, who's
right, absolutely, absolutely. They don't ever include. Hell, they said we didn't have a culture a week ago. Now they want the culture.
Consistently repping the Haitian flag, or Kai Cenat when he consistently reps African flag, or we even have Carmelo Anthony rep Puerto Rico, and I didn't even know that was Puerto Rican. So I don't understand as Black Americans why some of y'all feel like we owe some of these some kumbaya, some shit. We don't owe that now, nigga. We already did enough. We're fighting for these people for the civil rights movement. We shared that with them. We shared the DEI with them. We shared welfare checks with them, and most of these things we're not even profiting off of the most. We share style, fashion, these rap, hip hop. We put these in the game for real. So how much more y'all trying to share with these before they get something back? I don't know, man. We got to cut all this friendly shit out. I hope y'all know it's okay to be selfish sometimes. Man, y'all stay up top.
The fact that y'all can't eat off Black American energy is really what's disturbing y'all at y'all core. This is what's disturbing y'all's spirit from the depths of your toes. This is what's disturbing y'all's soul to the fact to where y'all can't even hide your true underlying feelings about the same people whose energy you are trying to harvest. This is why in spaces that are created just for Black Americans, not only can you not respect it, but y'all will aggressively not respect it by the same people that y'all are trying to infiltrate. The Monaleo song, as Black Americans, as I see the other Black American girls that are talking about, you know, this is for us, the comments back to them are very hateful and very aggressive by the same people that are trying to appropriate the culture.
Freeze. Listen to what she's saying, family. When Black Americans was like, yo, hold on now, this song is about us. The same people who were running around here saying we ain't got a culture, we ain't got a this, they're the main ones out there saying, well, wait a minute now. That song is really about ours. Look at your screen right now, brothers and sisters. Look at your screen. Let me show you some of the screenshots of what these people are saying about that record. I want you to see how all of the Africans and the Haitians and the Jamaicans are taking full ownership over that record, and they saying it's about them, whether Black folks like it or not. Look at this right here, family. They are openly telling everybody, straight to the point, straight to the damn, main thing. She says, I'm Nigerian, but I love this song. She said, gotta watch the videos, mama. Okay. Look at that, fam. Look at Reid. Look at them. They out there repping. They out there telling everybody that's about them. They saying you can't have it. They saying that's their song. They saying like it or not. These individuals are just take. Be honest with you, fam. I was about to say something, but I'm going to take that all the way back and I'm going to say it more raw. These mother are stealing your stuff right in front of you, and I don't see nobody talking that diaspora stuff. Look at this. It's right behind her, and Ghana's in there as well. Yep, I saw it. Thank you. They thanking each other about your stuff. They thanking each other about what you created. This is why, family, and I'll say this and I'll say it 1,000,000,000 times. Don't wave your flag with other flags, because that's basically saying they can come in. Do you know why you never see anybody waving the American flag next to other flags? Because them other people gonna start trying to claim that they American. That's why. You notice, y'all, they'll start waving these flags left and right. They'll start waving these flags upside down because that's their way of allowing anybody in to your culture. You don't do it. Name me the time, family, you seen these people running around here waving the American flag next to the Russian flag. No, you don't do that. So what you're seeing with this video is you waving the American flag, but then you you waving a black American flag, but then you waving all these other flags. Hell yeah, the Tether's gonna think it's them. We in a delineation process. That ain't delineation. That right there is real co-opting, fam. So no. And then you got Mr. Uncle Toby running around here. But can I tell you guys where that leads? Let me tell y'all what that does. That opens the door for this right here to come right on in. Yeah. How about Joyless Reid is running around here now, and she done took it a step further, y'all. Y'all know she been tap dancing, trying to elude that she's one of us, dropping little nuggets that she's kind of a black American. Family, did you see Joyless Reid the other day come out straight up and she said her ancestors built America? If you ain't seen it, watch it right here live. Watch what she says.
History teaches me that change is always possible. Our ancestors changed a country that enslaved them for 400 years, hated them, undid a reconstruction with the redemption movement, hanged them, lynched them, brutalized them, took 100 years between the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments to pass a Civil Rights Act and a Voting Rights Act that is now being destroyed again. We have lived through so much worse, with so fewer resources, with no resources. Harriet Tubman didn't have nothing except her will and the belief in God and a will to go on, right? And so if our ancestors could get us here such that they have something to deconstruct, if we didn't have anything, they couldn't take anything. And I would say the same thing for women. It took women until the 1970s to be able to...
There go the twist. There go the spin. Just like Conscious Flea was talking Black American, Black American, Black American, and then he started saying deportation, and immigrants. Do you see, family? She started off talking about your ancestors. She started off talking about Harriet Tubman. She started talking about the pain and the suffering we went through. And then she included women at the end. She ain't talking about black women no more. No. She talking about Carolyn Bryant. Yeah, she talking about Mrs. Karen, Mrs. Ken's wife. She talking about Mrs. Becca. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? They'll start off using foundational Black Americans for legitimacy, and then they'll spin it right on to every other political agenda they have. That's exactly why they're doing it. This is why tethers are dangerous, and this is why we regulating up in here, family. And if you got any plan in your heart with these damn tethers, you need to sit down and stay down. If you about regulating, maintaining, and making sure that these people don't take from our future babies and give it to their future mops, then you stand on up and you regulate, family. You're not going to use Harriet Tubman. She did it slick too, y'all. Notice that she brought up Harriet Tubman, a Black American woman, and then she pivoted to white women. She didn't go from Bobby Seale to white women. She didn't go from Malcolm X to white women. This was methodically done. This was a script. She done rehearsed this, everybody. This right here has been rehearsed. She knew exactly what she was doing. She purposely led all the way through all the chain of events that we dealt with, brought up one of, if not the most recognizable Black American soldier ever, Harriet Tubman, and then she used Harriet Tubman's foundational Black American feminine energy, and she gave it to Rebecca. This is why you checking tethers out here, fam. Damn.
Change is always possible. Our ancestors changed a country that enslaved them for 400 years, hated them, undid a reconstruction with the redemption movement, hanged them, lynched them, brutalized them, took 100 years between the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments to pass a Civil Rights Act and a Voting Rights Act that is now being destroyed again. We have lived through so much worse, with so fewer resources, with no...
What do you mean we? Your people was in Ghana or Guyana and the Congo. You are not a Black American. You're not going to sit here and talk like you a Black American. You not no Black American. What do you mean we? Family, the gall, the unmitigated gall to come here and talk about my ancestors like they're yours. and say it with a straight face, do you realize how absolutely disrespectful and desperate that is? Do you realize how insulting that is? And you don't even mention all the things that they did. You're talking about all the pain they went through so you can get us to go vote for the damn Democrats. That right there is insulting, fam. We would never do this. Black American women are going to Africa on vacation and y'all beating them up and trying to kidnap them. But yet you come over here and steal from my people. Hell no, we ain't going for that.
Resources. Harriet Tubman didn't have nothing except her will and the belief in God and a will to go on, right? And so if our ancestors could get us here such that they have something to deconstruct, if we didn't have anything, they couldn't take anything. And I would say the same thing for women. It took women until the 1970s to be able to open a bank account. The 1970s. It took women longer than it took black folks to essentially get freedom. But you got—
Oh, it took women longer than black folks. You see how she just threw black folks under the bus? Let me translate that for you. White women had it harder than black people. White women is really the ones who deserves reparations. White women was the most oppressed group on the planet. Fam, that sound like that Tamika Mallory. Remember? I would say that sexism is worse than racism. That's that sexism is worse than racism logic. That's what that is, fam. That's that babble right there. I want everybody to know what she just did. I see you. I see through you. All that gleaming off the top of that forehead because the hairline is not there. That hairline is absent. Somebody clock that in as absent. Everybody who's in class today, raise your hand. And the hairline's hand didn't go up because the hairline never made it to school today. Okay? And beyond that glaring hairline, I see you right now using foundational Black Americans to try to get some type of clout and legitimacy for white women. You want Rachel Maddow to get my reparations check, don't you? You want Elizabeth Warren to get my anti-Black American hate crime protection now, don't you? Yeah. You want Julia Roberts to come over here and get some type of home loans that belong to my people now, don't you? So you can live next door to them and you can fantasize about being one of them. Yeah. So not only did it go from Harriet Tubman to women, then it went to, by the way, women got it worse than black women. And notice, fam, she was talking about black women when she was trying to use Harriet Tubman, but then she just started saying black people in general when she wanted to specify white women. Notice that. She started to specify what a woman is and what black people are when she was trying to dump it off onto the W women. Then all of a sudden, it got very vague for us. So she was talking about black women specifically with Harriet Tubman, but then she started to talk about black folks very collectively when she wanted to highlight Rebecca.
Take anything. And I would say the same thing for women. It took women until the 1970s to be able to open a bank account. The 1970s. It took women longer than it took black folks to essentially get freedom. But you got it. They couldn't take it from you if you didn't have it. They couldn't take your abortion rights if you didn't have them. And somebody fought for them. And so I think
abortion rights, there you go, family. There it is. There she's dumping abortion on you, pushing liberal policies. So all that talk about Black American heritage, Black American ancestors, the pain, the suffering, chattel slavery, Jim Crow, the 14th, 15th Amendment, all that was, family, was her setting you up to dump all this on over to Karen. That's all that was. She just used us as bait. That's all that is.
Abortion rights if you didn't have them. And somebody fought for them. And so I think what we have to do is we have to train ourselves to be like our ancestors who did so much more with so much less. History teaches me that
we need to teach ourselves how to be like our ancestors. Oh, we good over here. We good over here. You like your ancestors, fleeing. That's what the thing is. See, you've been running around here fleeing left and right, talking about some be like our ancestors. I want y'all to notice how everybody now is talking about be like your ancestors. These people never talked before. Fam, let me be real. I'm going to keep it all the way live. They never spoke past the damn civil rights era. Y'all notice now how everybody wants to start talking about ancestors and go all the way back to slavery. They hated bringing up slavery. They never wanted to mention slavery because slavery connects us to our indigenous status. Now everybody wants to talk about the ancestors. The Democrats always wanted to have what? Civil rights reenactments. They want to talk about Selma. They want to talk about getting whooped on the bridge. Martin Luther King had a dream. Jesse Jackson. They never, ever wanted to talk about the ancestors or go beyond 1955. They acted like we started in 1955. That's what it was. They almost kind of came up with this thing where, you know, black folks didn't exist until 1955. Every other week, it was always about the civil rights era. They always want to quote the books, quote the people, always seem to left out all the writers in the civil rights era. Now everybody wants to start talking about the ancestors. They want to go way back in time. Why do they want to go way back in time, family? It's because now they want to hijack and co-opt our ancestors. See, I've always told people there is an erasure in process, and the erasure is not just us. No. They want to erase every element of your existence here. Meaning, going back to your ancestors, let's erase them. Hell, Joe Biden this time a year ago told you that your ancestors didn't build America. Illegal immigrants did. He didn't even say immigrants. He said illegal immigrants built what your ancestors created. Yep. Then on top of that, family, they want to get rid of the civil rights era in the 90s. This is why you start to see all of these falsehoods told. Then they want to get rid of us, to get rid of all of that. Then you've already got rid of the babies. So you got to understand, you have to protect the past as much as you have to protect the present. Because if they can get your past, they can get your present. And once they got both of them, the future is going to fall. Easy work. So you got to very be on regulator time. And if you're not on regulator time, you're wasting time. You're wasting absolute time. And family, it's so bad. The dominant society was even catching her run these things, because this is what Joyless has been doing for quite some time. Joyless has been running around here throwing out these little strays real quick. Well, my people, we, and then us and us and us. And even somebody from the dominant society, whoever the hell this guy is, he even picked up on it. He says, you ain't built nothing in America because you are an immigrant. Yeah. So family, as she's running around here saying this, and this guy who looks like he's got about, I don't know, 100 ounces of hair gel in his hair, out here looking like Gavin Newsom. He out here and he sees exactly what we're talking about. Nobody believes you, Joyless.
Reid has a curious claim about American history, and her curious claim is that she built the country.
Be a black person in 2024 in America is to be in a state of complete perplexed confusion about what is wrong with a country that hates your history.
She stole that quote from James Baldwin, okay? And I'll slightly paraphrase, but it'll be way more accurate than what she said. James Baldwin said basically to be black in America is basically to be in a state full of like rage. You're really ready to go. You turned up. She's in here just remixing that term, fam. So she studied our culture very clearly so she can hijack it.
Confusion about what is wrong with a country that hates your history, to this day can't admit even the basics of what was done to your ancestors, and to find out that literally Barack Obama's 2 terms as president are your reparations, and yet you built this country. You literally physically built this country.
Joy Reid's parents are immigrants. Joy Reid's father came from Congo. Joy Reid's mother came from Guyana. Joy Reid is a first-generation American. Not one single person in her family tree had any connection to slavery. Not one single person in her family tree was here more than 1 generation ago.
Damn. So Mayo Matthew even knows you full of cap. You see what we saying, family? Don't let these people lie to fam. Let me tell you something. When Mayo Matthew puts down the meth and he puts down the hairspray and he's calling her out, then that means everybody knows that she's on clown time. You dig? So you can see that right then and there. And there goes that 1 generation again. There it goes. What I told y'all. Didn't I say earlier, they're going to start trying to make it look like 1 generation, 2 generation equals indigenous. And it doesn't for anybody else on any side of the globe. There you go right there. Running around here trying to steal James Baldwin quotes and talking about how you built this. And even Mayo Brad knows that your people didn't build nothing in America.
Joy Reid's mother came from Guyana. Joy Reid is a first-generation American. Not one single person in her family tree had any connection to slavery. Not one single person in her family tree was here more than 1 generation ago. Reid has a cure.
Damn. And this is what I want everybody to realize about Joyless here. Family, when you're talking about Joyless, you're talking about 1 generation, okay? Nobody was fam, she's not even one of the people that got 2 generations. She's a 1 generation immigrant. You just got here. So did your people, and they all fled here. So no, you're not a black American at all. But you know what, fam? There's something that I came across where a lot of people are starting to look at these people and they're starting to question, are some of these people plants? Are some of these people plants, fam? We got to be honest now about these tethers, okay? We have to be real. Because when you start talking about a multi-trillion-dollar industry and an apparatus to replace foundational Black Americans, I hope people don't think they're doing this just for free. Because what do you see with a lot of these people? Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, Joy Reid, these are all Tether backgrounds, non-Black Americans who all were dumped in foundational Black American spaces, and they all came up in what? They all came up in the either HBCUs or they came up in a lot of those fraternities and sorority circuits. We all know that the dominant society personally goes and breeds COONs in that spot. And this is really what she is, Barack Obama. You think it's a coincidence that all of these undermining tethers are all coming from these Greek sororities and these Greek fraternities, and they're always spewing the same thing? Her background is damn near identical to Kamala Harris, fam. It's damn near the same thing. It's damn near identical. And watch this right here. People have been talking about her. By the way, people don't know much about her father the same way they don't know much about Kamala's father. Remember during the election, family? Jasmine Crockett, absolutely. You mean to tell me, fam, that 99.9% of Black Democrats have foreign backgrounds and they all were bred on college campuses in sororities and fraternities? That sounds like a breeding grounds. That sounds like recruitment. That's exactly. And they all have sketchy backgrounds where, just like Kamala, you don't know who their fathers are. No one really knows much about Joyless Reed's father. Just like Kamala. Remember, we did all the background, all the research. People was putting up pictures that were saying that they was Kamala's dad, but couldn't tell who's the grandma. All these very, very skeptical things in the background. Parents divorced, same thing with Joyless Reid. I'm telling y'all, Joyless Reid's background is identical to Kamala Harris, went to Harvard University, a father that's a non-Black American, disappeared, can't account for him. Nah, bruh. Nah. This tether apparatus and erasure has been something they've been planning for a long time. I mean, they've been putting money on it. Well, check this out. A lot of people are also finding out that perhaps Joyless Reid's father was affiliated with the CIA. I'm not lying, fam. All of the rabbit holes and all the research that we did kind of points back to it, that he's got a background. She even slipped up in an interview and said how the American government was crashing down on her father in Ghana. So her father already had a run-in with the United States government. Yes, indeed. Same way that we have showed that Kamala Harris's father had some run-ins with the United States government. Fam, these tethers are very, very tether vetted and they're tether elevated. Yes, watch this right here, family. Check this out. It's very, very funny. And by the way, what we're seeing is that just like that CEO Wanga lady from the Essence Festival, it looks like Joyless Reid comes from a slave trader background. Woo! The plot thickens.
My father. So I was enjoying this little interview by the Breakfast Club with Joy Reid because I appreciate anyone who really knows about Western politics, their influence on the rest of the world, all the different declassified events, blah, blah, blah. But then again, Joy Reid was a political analyst. She gets paid millions of dollars to cover this information, or at least had her own show. So she should know this info. But one thing that stood out to me, a lot of people in the comments kind of about, she starts talking about CIA involvement in other countries, and she goes, they toppled my father.
What? Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
His country, the Congo, which had its first democratically elected president. And that made me say, what'd you say, ho? I thought you were Black American. Then I start going into our background. All she talks about is Black Americans. She is literally African and Latina from Guyana. And that name, which her and all her siblings use, is her mother's last name. We don't know who our father is.
What? We don't know who your daddy is. That sounds very similar to Kamala Harris. And they always be using whose name? They mama's name. Uh-huh.
We don't know what his name is, but she said he was, in all her interviews said he was an engineer. Now we're finding out he was in the government. And then she's talking about she has grievances with the CIA. She has grievances with the U.S. government. She went to Harvard, which apparently to get the quota back in the days to say, oh, I'm a refugee or I'm an immigrant, because she's a complete immigrant. She's a first generation, and all her siblings are too, which strangely are also in media. After she married Mr. Reid, who owned a media group. This person is not Black American at all. The closest she knows about Black America is by going to school and living in New York. And I'm like, you went to Harvard when she.
Don't that sound just like Barack Obama? Barack Obama wasn't around Black folks until he ended up going to Chicago. He wasn't around Black folks in Hawaii. He wasn't around Black folks when he went to wherever college he went to. What the hell? Where'd he go to? One of them damn bootlicking colleges. He didn't get around Black folks until he went to Chicago. You dealing with people who nobody knew who the hell they was until they got picked.
She's talking about all the experiences of African American at Harvard. So I hope she's not really what she's saying, that she is a child of someone that was unalived by U.S. intelligence, and she in turn rose up the ranks to become part of political media to influence American government in another country. I hope she's not saying that, because that's some weird shit, and that's some dubious, really weird. And she goes,
y'all be the judge. All I do is drop the receipts, baby. That's all we do over here. We just drop the receipts and we let the family speak. Fam, I'm just saying, though, this is what we mean when we talk about these tethers. Don't ever think that these tethers are not being put in position to do the things we do. The worst thing you could ever do is look at a tether and think it's just a game. Just think, oh, that's just a tether right there. Just a tether. Man, them tethers are getting paid for. Did you not see the immigration and how they was opening them borders and everybody was flocking to the United States of America? Do you think that was a coincidence? Hell no, that wasn't no coincidence. These individuals been getting placed in position to steal from foundational Black Americans, and these individuals have been placed in position to get what FBA is all about, y'all. Yes, the hell they have. And it's very, very real when you watch it. All these people got the same background. They got the same story. They tell the same lies. Nothing equates. Nothing adds up. The only thing that you could possibly see and come from that is that these individuals have been promised a position in which foundational Black Americans have always occupied. So the dominant society is trying to get two birds with one stone. Get foundational Black Americans, the only people who are truly proud to be Black, out the way, and then perhaps slide in a bunch of damn tethers who can be happy all together. You dig where I'm coming from? So this is where, why FBA been holding down the fort and watching everything play. And family, I'm not lying when I tell y'all these individuals is really out there trying to make moves. There's been a lot of things going on. I want you to rewind back to middle of the summer. We had the Essence Festival. We had the African boycott. And then we had those African reparations with the 6th region. I'm going to take you there, family. Family, we were sitting here watching that, calling it out step for step. Okay, every single second, brothers and sisters was putting in work, letting it be known what these individuals was trying to do. However, do y'all know there's been a lot more moves that have occurred in the last few days with this whole African Union family? They done up the ante. What I am about to tell you is an actual elevation and increase by what went on this summer. They ain't stopped the tethering. So while you're sitting there thinking that the tethers is going to take a break and they only want half of your reparations, these people want it all. Look at this right here I'm about to show y'all, family. These individuals went straight to the UN. And when I tell y'all they went to the UN, family, I mean these individuals went straight to the UN like this week. And when they went to the UN, they pushing for reparations as well. Only difference is the reparations they pushing for now are reparations that include Latinos. Yeah, I'm telling y'all now, family, they have escalated the assault on foundational Black American reparations. All that 6th region stuff, that was this summer. Now they stay in 6th region, 7th region, 8th region, Latino. So the Caribbeans and the Africans who are already in cahoots have added the Latinos to the fray. I ain't lying. Look at this right here, brothers and sisters. Look at this right here. They out there and they coming for that bag. Ghana is taking a bold step to the global stage. Yes, the hell they are. But while Ghana is taking this bold step to the global stage, I got $1 billion question I need to ask my certifieds. If y'all in here, crank up the volume. We about to go all the way the hell in. But my $1 million question to all of y'all is, are you familiar with an organization called CELAC? How many of y'all are familiar with CELAC? It's CELACS. How many of y'all are familiar with this organization. If you are not familiar with this organization, you are about to be. CELAC is a Caribbean/Latino organization. And what are they designed for, family? They are designed to work with Africa to get some reparations. That's what it is. Look at this right here. Look at that. Are y'all familiar with this guy? This is the Bolivian president. This is the Bolivian president right here, family. All right. And I want y'all to know that the Bolivian president, he was at the UN the same as the president from Ghana. This guy's name is Luis Alberto. Well, Luis Alberto, he was there, and guess what he said? He said, I'm calling for some damn reparations. Yes, the hell they are. Look at this right here, brothers and sisters. We about to go all the way there. Smash the like button. Check this out, family. At the UN, while everybody was talking about Charlie Kirk and everything that's going on, these folks are trying to pull a fast one. This is the president of Ghana, and then I'm going to show you the president of Bolivia, and I'm going to show you how they're telling everybody, let's get that bag. Watch this.
Deliberations were held there, as were trials and elections. And these were spaces that brought people together and held them together as a community. Sadly, time and technology have eroded these spaces. Madam President, in many ways, the United Nations is the proverbial town square of our modern global village. And it has never been more critical for us to protect this one space that brings and holds the world nations together as a community. The internet, social media platforms, and artificial intelligence offer us the illusion of connectivity, when in fact, what they do is reinforce isolation by using algorithms that ensure that we do not receive new ideas and perspectives, but rather more of the same content. We are served alternative facts and manipulated images, making it easy to disseminate disinformation and sow seeds of division amongst communities. Madam President, these are dangerous times. Our world is currently experiencing a rise in nationalism and economic instability. There's a general breakdown of multilateralism. Various acts of aggression have been committed against the sovereignty of others, and nations are attempting to circumvent the very safeguards that were put in place to prevent large-scale global conflict.
He's telling everybody that the United Nations needs to start breaking off the bag. Why is this African leader so obsessed in praising the United Nations? Did we not just sit here 2 weeks ago and talk about how none of those Pan-Africans helped push forward Malcolm X's plan to go to the United Nations? Notice, y'all, Malcolm was going to the United Nations to fight against supremacy. This guy is going to the United Nations to partner with supremacy. And he's saying how we need to all get together, and the United Nations needs to be the forefront of what's going on in America and the world so we can connect. He said all that just like Joyless Reid said everything in the beginning, just like Conscious Fleet said everything in the beginning, so he can make the pivot to reparations.
These conditions are all too similar to the ones that led to the League of Nations' failure in fulfilling its mandate. The denial of visas to President Abbas and the Palestinian delegation sets a bad...
The denial of visas. Yep. Trying to continue mass immigration. Watch him pivot to Palestine.
...precedent, and should be deeply worrying to all member nations of the United Nations. Ghana recognized the state of Palestine in 1988 and supported a two-state solution to the conflict since then. And I say, contrary to the claims of some, a two-state solution would not be a reward for Hamas. It would rather be a reprieve for the hundreds of thousands of innocent women and children and people who are facing collective punishment and forced starvation for no reason other than the fact that they are Palestinian. For nearly 2 years, and for the fear of reprisals, we here in this General Assembly have been playing hide and seek with language to find the right words to help us avoid or excuse what we all know is taking place in Gaza. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter what you call it. If it looks like a duck, it swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, well, then it must be a duck. The crimes in Gaza must stop.
The crimes in Gaza must stop? What the hell does that have to do with him speaking about our reparations? What the hell does that have to do with you trying to steal the bag from foundational Black Americans. Oh, no, we're going to bring all that back. Watch this, family. I want y'all to see this. That was all a setup for the come up. That was all a setup that he can make that slide, so he can make that pivot, so he can bring in his little buddy. Watch this right here, family. Now you're going to see how these individuals really think about foundational Black Americans. This is how they really feel about us getting reparations that, by the way, they all pretend to be down for. Don't they pretend to be down with reparations, family? They all pretend, right? Well, let me tell you how much they really feel about foundational Black Americans getting the bag. They only want you to get the money if they can get the money. If you cannot share with them or be friends with them, then they don't want you to have a damn thing. And that's exactly what the hell they doing right here. Watch this. Let me pull this up for the fam, because this is going to be a clear description of where these people are mentally. And it's also going to be a clear description of how these individuals want everything that we have that work to attain for. And you're going to notice a common theme again, y'all, is that wherever they go, they always leave out Black Americans, because deep down inside, they wish that they were Black Americans. They're going to all of these different panels and they're speaking and they're coming up with lies and misnomers just so they can play. He went there to kiss up to Palestine so he can hit the pivot when it comes to us. Look at this right here, my brothers and sisters. Here we go. This is a clear example of why these people been out there talking about, he's talking about Gaza. You know, he very upset with Gaza. What was that about? Why are you bringing that up, fam? Nothing about supremacy, though. Nothing about supremacy. Watch this. This right here is the president of Bolivia. Look at this right here, family. CELAC. CELAC right there. That's the organization. Declaration rejects unilateral, basically cohesive measures. This is CELAC right there. All right. They are about Latinos. Look at that right there. The Community of Latin America and Caribbean States is a regional bloc established to promote political dialogue and cooperation among the member states, family. It comprises of 33 member countries from Latin America and the Caribbean. They're using the Caribbean, y'all, to get reparations, so now they can tie it in. Africa ties itself into the Caribbean ties itself in to Latin America. You see? You follow? That's the game that they running, y'all. Check this out even furthermore. This is even more. Oh, we pulling the lid back. Look at this right there. This shows you even more. They said, this is it. We must demand reparations for the enslavement of our people and the colonization of our land that resulted in the theft of natural resources. This is the president of Ghana, okay? He starts to say this. Now I'm going to show you how the president of Bolivia echoed the same sentiments. There you go. African leaders demand justice. Now look at this, family. A consistent theme across all presentations was profound disappointment with the global North's engagement on reparative justice. Leaders expressed unanimous frustration that Western countries continue to avoid meaningful dialogue on the issue. All the damn dialogue is coming from Black Americans, but they're not talking about that. We've been the ones carrying this subject. They say what they have characterized as deliberate unwillingness to acknowledge historical responsibilities. This is the guy speaking from CELAC, the Bolivian president, Luis Alberto. He called for those responsible for historical crimes to contribute billions of dollars into reparations fund and urged unity between the African Union and the Community of Latin America and Caribbean states in confronting colonialism lasting effects. Fam, I can't put it more clear than that right there. I can't put it to you more clear than that right there. Do you see it? The president of Bolivia just sat there and said that he's calling for billions of dollars in reparations, and he urged unity between Africa and CELAC, which means Community of Latin America and Caribbean States, family. There you go, right then and there. So, fam, I'm here to tell you, Julio just entered the chat. Julio just walked in the building. Africans now are teaming up with Caribbeans who are teaming up with Latinos to get your reparations, family. You can't make this up. Proceed. They said more. Check this out. He said the commission must establish effective mechanisms to restore historical justice. Detailing three components: financial, reparations, environmental restoration, and resituating all of their stolen cultural properties. That's the same thing, family. The same exact thing. It's the reinstitution of. Check this out. Bolivian President Luis Alberto Arce outlined specific mechanisms for addressing historical injustices, proposing the establishment of a dedicated UN commission on reparations covering slavery, apartheid, genocide, and colonialism. What slavery are we talking about, Mr. Jorge? What slavery are they referring to? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This right there is a blatant hijack of reparations. So let's make this clear, because we've been studying this global reparations for a long time. Let's make this clear, family. What they want is, first, it was the Africans who had a reparations idea that left us out, designated us the sixth region. Then the Caribbeans came in, and now they're bringing in the damn Latinos, fam. They're bringing Latinos into it now. And not just any old Jorge, they're bringing in these little committees that none of us even heard about. This is why it's very, very important that we focus on who these individuals are. Now let me show y'all, fam, what they was really, really saying and what they was speaking. They're out there really trying to get the bag, y'all. Watch this right here.
Before I get into this article, what I find interesting is that the Africans and Caribbean people over here that hold government positions are against reparations for Black Americans. But the continental Africans, the leaders, and the continental Caribbean leaders, they're always at the UN begging for reparations for their countries, not for Black Americans that were enslaved in the United States, but for the reparations to go back to their countries. Let's take the president of Ghana. He's in the UN begging now, oh, I need reparations for Ghana for the 12.5 million enslaved people that the West took. Because of the enslaved people, the West was able to accumulate and build wealth. This is his talking point.
And let's not forget, some of these African countries participate in selling enslaved people, their own people, and their resources.
And y'all also gave slaveholders reparations. So why not give Africa reparations? And now, you know who else added their reparation bid in this conversation? The president of Bolivia, Luis. He's stating that, well, us, the Caribbean people, what is it? CELA, something like that. Caribbean and Latin alliances should get with the African Union and go advocate for reparations together against the UN. Mind you, this has nothing to do with reparations for Black Americans. All that money is going to go back, if they get reparations, is going to go back to Africa and the Caribbeans. So it's just crazy that you have these immigrants that come over here and get these government positions that's against reparations for Black Americans, while their leaders in their continent, their homeland, is advocating for reparations. Not for us, but for them. Before I get into this article,
Fam, how many of y'all think if they get that bag, they're going to try to give us some of that money? How many of y'all think they're going to get that bag and say, well, we're going to keep a little bit for foundational Black Americans? You know what I'm saying? It does rely on them. Let's just say it is what it is, family. They use foundational Black American suffering and what we have went through as a catalyst for them to get paid. It's the same exact thing that we were seeing everybody else do, and you can see it play out in real time right now. This is what they're doing. Because if you ever listen to their speeches are littered with foundational Black American history. Notice the president of Ghana, what he said was, y'all paid slave masters. How come you can't pay the descendants of slaves? The only slave masters that were paid based on slavery reparations were the slave masters here in America. So he's alluding to and specifically referring to the American government compensating the slave masters in the United States. But when he starts talking about the slaves of the United States, he skips over us and talks about Africa colonization. You see how they get vague when they want to get vague? They get specific when they want to get specific. They'll use foundational Black American history as a catalyst to get the conversation going. And the reason why they do that is because we have been the only people who have stood on business, and we've been the only people who have truly represented what our ancestors went through. They never have. There's never been no reparations movement in Africa. Nothing substantial. Nothing. And if anybody starts talking that, some African sellouts is going to come down on them and run them out the damn paint. Everybody uses us. Look at this right here, family. You want to see? This is the president of Bolivia. And watch what he straight up says. They want your reparations, Black Americans. So now Africans, Caribbeans, and the Latinos have entered the chat of taking your bag.
inequality, exclusion, poverty, and inequality and injustice still produced within institutions that were created to protect the rights of the weakest. And we're not even talking about economic, social, and the cultural rights of people, and even more if you look at the rights of indigenous peoples. A sincere assessment leads us to confirm that in 80 years, we have not met the expected results. Consequently, we are not in a good position. The world remains divided and confronted against itself more than 80 years ago. Today in the world, there is greater inequality in the distribution of wealth than there was 80 years ago. The poverty should disappear, and the states, inequality, exclusion.
Freeze. Notice again, fam, they're talking about the quality, the inequality, what it could be, what it might be, what it should be. All of that right there is to butter up them talking about our money. See, they're using this to kiss up. Fam, are y'all noticing how much they're kissing up to the United Nations? Are y'all noticing how much they're praising the United Nations? They're doing that real Tether energy, fam. You know, when Tethers come around and Tether starts saying things like, well, you know, it needs to be this and it should be that, and we should all be on the same page. What that comes across to me is people who are trying to get that bag, and what they want to do is kiss up to the United Nations so the United Nations can come on in. That's really what that is. Now, it wasn't AI. He can't speak English, so they had to do a voiceover. That dude can't speak no English. None of them can. None of them can. And they're out there kissing up to the United Nations, and they're applauding. They're saying, hey, let's get that money. Let's get that paper. Let's try to come on in here and get the foundational Black American vibe. And they're sending out a lot of people, family, saying a lot of strange things. I want y'all, going back to the Monaleo lady. Y'all notice there was that video that came out, and they were talking about her? Yeah, absolutely. They kissing zaddies, you know what? Absolutely. Look at this right here as well, family. This is another thing that's been popping off. Right here with that whole Mona Lisa, whatever. I want y'all to see this chick right here. And she starts talking about how the Mona Lisa thing was a psych op. But I want y'all to notice she keeps using the term African American. Watch this right here and tell me, do y'all kind of catch, is this woman a tether? Y'all let me know. Let me know if your tether radar is going off.
I see some of y'all on here saying, did Monaleo in the Diaspora War with her song All the Non-Blacks to the Back? Because she didn't just use the African American flag, the Soulaan flag, but she also used the pan-African flag, and she also put some Caribbean flags in the background. And I also think she also put some continental flags in the background. And I'm here to tell y'all, no, she did not. In fact, what actually is happening is y'all are now ready to participate in African American culture again because it's trending again, because the African American Monaleo had a big, beautiful wedding. You know those weddings that y'all said we don't have? And so now y'all want to feel like we cool again. African Americans don't have culture until y'all feel like playing it again. I personally don't think.
Fam, why are we having, y'all saying tether all day. Why are we having a conversation about the Black American heritage flag and she keeps saying African American? She keeps saying African American, African American, African American, but the whole dispute is completely non-Black American. We're talking about the Black or non-African American. This is all about the Black American heritage flag. She keeps saying African American. I don't think you on code, man. I think you an op.
She should have added any other flags besides the African American flag in that song. I'm not critiquing her.
It's not the African American flag. She keeps saying African American. It ain't the African American flag. She's thought, y'all notice that, right? Man, I'm just saying now, and the African American flag, because she's an African American. You talking about the Black American heritage flag, and she just called it the African American flag. No.
I love the pan-Africanism, but the disrespect is always loud, and the pan-Africanism is almost never reciprocated. So to answer your question, no. Monaleo did not end the Diaspora War. The diaspora is just ready to participate in African American culture again. Good day.
Pissed me off so bad, because why the am I seeing curb?
Fam, I'm questioning that last person. That individual came across to me like a tether. And fam, you know, the tethers love to talk like they're us. That's kind of the wave that they be on. They say, let me just talk like a Black American, and I think everybody will believe I'm one if I just say it. That's what I see right there, family. That's what I see. And I'm questioning a lot of these individuals who start saying, well, a lot of the Hispanics are out here trying to pretend. I'm questioning them as well.
Being talking about they Soulaan. This isn't thing. What the Soulaan is something that's strictly a Black American thing. Why the are you taking that and saying that that's you? And I do understand. Okay, yeah, I got that one Black American parent, and then my other one, guys. Then you're not Soulaan. Stop pissing me off. Stop, like I can't. Like I'm trying to defend y'all, and y'all here and people like I see what the they be talking about. Because why y'all coming on this app saying that? Like y'all taking away their I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm not with it.
And I'm seeing the Monaleo stuff, and I'm seeing her talk about being Soulaan, and I'm seeing people like claiming they're Soulaan, and I'm seeing a lot of girls who swore they wasn't Black. They was Indian, Puerto Rican, Dominican, white, Irish. Y'all was everything but Black. Now you want to be Black. Shout out to Monaleo though.
Fam, are some of these Fam, I'm thinking these are some Latinos and some Tethers, y'all. Watch this individual who I think is a Tether.
So y'all be sitting here in the background saying that Soulaan people don't have no culture. And then when they show their culture and try to have moments that literally reflect and appreciate their culture, that's when you want to have a moment of having diaspora unity. Cut it the out. The reason why Black Americans aren't respected is because y'all continue to wash down their cultural practices, their style and their swags, and make it a diaspora thing and a Black thing without giving credit to who it came from. When my mom came to America in the 1990s, she told me, guess what type of braids she got? Lauryn Hill braids. Sit in the back and
there you go, fam. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real. I don't really need these individuals to speak out for us, fam. I'm sorry. I'm beyond right now having these writers come out and talk. I don't really care because the writers don't seem to be doing anything. So no, I'm cool with this. I'm absolutely cool. We don't need nobody to talk on our behalf.
Can actually learn. Show appreciation to the people who paved the way, especially if you come from immigrant parents. If those civil rights activists did not fight on your behalf, your family would not have been allowed to immigrate here in the United States. I know when y'all come fresh off the boat, that swag changed really quick up in 1 year. And if you from Broward, Miami, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all reheating somebody's nachos, and it ain't from your ancestors, Pookie. Because if I go back and I look, it was never your swag. Give credit where it's due and allow this to be an opportunity to learn about someone's culture who you were so dismissive of, especially when a lot of y'all know when you speak to your parents, your Black immigrant parents pride themselves on separating themselves from Black Americans.
Why I see some of y'all.
That kind of comes across to me, fam, on some Amanda Seales type stuff right there. You got to be cautious of some of these people who come out and be like, man, I'm tired of y'all talking like that to Black folks. These conversations could be held in private. Let's be honest with you, fam. If you are from an immigrant background, you got immigrant cousins, immigrant aunts and uncles and friends and parents, why you got to go get on TikTok to make this type of statement? You don't have to say none of that on TikTok. You should just come out and be like, hey, y'all need to say this and say it behind closed doors. We have the most invisible riders I've ever seen. And I'm beyond that, fam. How long did Black folks wait for the good W's to stop all the bad W's? Hell, there's some Black folks still waiting. There's some Black folks who's 88 years old, and they saying one day, them young folks, they gonna be tired of their parents' racism. It ain't happening. And I don't want brothers and sisters to go down that same lane when you start talking about these tethers. Quit talking about, man, them good tethers, man. They was out there riding on the bad tethers. They was like, they tired of this stuff because I don't see no results. I don't see it really yielding nothing. I don't see nothing really changing. And what it comes across as is somebody running interference. It seems very, very much like interference, like almost you trying to use that to make it look like you actually want some type of change. That's what it comes across as. And family, when I say change, that basically is me saying these individuals are now just out here saying any old thing that makes no sense. Because one of the tactics they use against foundational Black Americans, brothers and sisters, one of the tactics they love to use against us is they just say things and they expect us to own what they say. All right. The dominant society did that years ago. The dominant society would tell a lie and they knew that Black folks would take ownership over the lie without ever second guessing it. See, we second guess everything and we call it out. So what they're doing now is they're starting to just say things. You got people running around saying that Soulaan, Monaleo, Leo, whatever hell her name is. There's people out there saying, man, y'all know that ended the diaspora wars. No, it didn't. You got people running around here saying, y'all know racism done got better. No, it ain't. You got people running around here saying all that diaspora stuff is on the internet. No, it's real life. And you also got these Latinos running around here. And fam, y'all know what they saying? They're saying Black Americans are the most happy that Bad Bunny is going to be the halftime performance at the Super Bowl. I'm not lying. Fam, first off, who the hell is Bad Bunny? Second off, Black Americans don't give a damn. But do you know they're sending out Miss Sanchez and Estrada to come out here and tell us that Black folks are happy about it and we're the ones who are on the same page? I'll show you. Watch this. Mrs. Selena says that Black Americans are happy about Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, they'll say anything, family.
Americans is happy that Bad Bunny's performing at the halftime show more than anybody else. And I know that Bad Bunny's Puerto Rican, but a bunch of Hispanics is going to be supporting because he speaks Spanish. So I don't want just Puerto Ricans to remember that Black Americans are supporting this. I want all the Hispanics that are standing behind Bad Bunny to remember that too. Because my feed right now is divided into 4 sections. Black Americans being happy as hell that Bad Bunny's going to be performing. But like the Hispanics are happy, obviously.
How many times did she re-emphasize that? Fam, what do I tell you about how to detect someone who's lying? They overemphasize the lie multiple times. Notice that the last woman kept saying African American, African American, African American, even though she was talking about the Black American heritage flag. Notice how this individual right here keeps saying Black so happy, Black so happy, Black so happy. No one knows who the hell Bad Bunny even is, let alone enough to be happy.
Americans is happy that Bad Bunny's performing at the halftime show more than anybody else. And I know that Bad Bunny's Puerto Rican, but a bunch of Hispanics is going to be supporting because he speaks Spanish. So I don't want just Puerto Ricans to remember that Black Americans are supporting this. I want all the Hispanics that are standing behind Bad Bunny to remember that too. Because my feed right now is divided into 4 sections. Black Americans being happy as hell that Bad Bunny's going to be performing. But like the Hispanics are happy, obviously. All types of Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, you call it. And then we got white Americans that's divided into 2 sections. We got the white Americans that is happy as hell. Those are usually the younger generation. And then we got the older white Americans that is mad though. Real mad. Talk about they want country music in that joint. The hell is this to country music? So if Bad Bunny is going to be representing all Hispanics, and all Hispanics is going to be supporting Bad Bunny, and Black Americans is supporting Bad Bunny going over there, then I better see more Hispanics supporting Black Americans. And I don't just mean Puerto Ricans because Bad Bunny's Puerto Rican. I'm talking about all Hispanics because all the Hispanics are benefiting from this situation. They got somebody that's going over there speaking just Spanish and Black people supporting it. Don't let this be a one-way street. Especially because a lot of y'all be trying to jack the white swag and the white...
Boy, y'all in the chat, y'all said, I seen about 50, who the hell is Bad Bunny? All y'all in the chat, y'all like, who the hell is that? Don't nobody know this dude? And y'all see what I'm saying? What do I say? They're just making stuff up at this point, y'all. They're just saying things and they pulling it out the sky. People done got real crazy with it, y'all. Man, there's some strange folks out here, y'all. There's some strange ass people. They running around here. They saying things that make no sense. They just making stuff up because when you can't hustle foundational Black Americans, the next step is to just hopefully say something that we just go along with. Y'all know, I seen a guy in Africa who said he's from Ethiopia and he's delineating from the original Ethiopians and he said he ain't even from Earth. This man said he is from space and he said the space invaders were going to come down here and they was going to space delineate. This is how crazy it is. And this is how many bootleg, broke down, battered, and beaten remixed versions of foundational Black American cultures out there. At least we talk about delineating from ops and mops and tethers. Now you got people out here saying that they going to delineate with the aliens' help. I'm not lying, fam. This is how crazy it done got. I know Halloween is around the corner, but this guy says he is Ethiopian and he is delineating from the fake Ethiopians. And when the aliens get here, everybody gonna find out.
You're not Ethiopian. You're not gonna deny me now. I'm the original Black Ethiopian. My tribe is Anuwa, the first African tribe that was on Earth. We descend from the Anunnaki. We're not even from this planet. Our home planet is Nibiru. I'm a 100% Nilotic, and I'm South Sudanese and Ethiopian. And 100% Nilotic people are native to all East African countries and North African countries. You Cushitic-related people are invaders, and Arabs are invaders. You Cushitic-related people are mixed with Nilotic and Eurasian. You're mixed with a person that looks like me and a Eurasian. You guys are not the original black natives how I look. You guys are all operating within our lands, but it's all good. Your guys' time is up this generation. Nibiru is a planet, ship, and sun. And when Nibiru returns, our first son, you invaders that took our lands, say goodbye. Y'all are not even going to be able to take that. You're not Ethiopian.
Family, what the hell did I just see? What the hell is this? This man said, I'm from Nibetut. When it happened, you will rule the day that you ever cross Nebaton. Nebaton is coming. Hey, I see you in the chat, my sister. My sister said he's Ethiopian. That may be the funniest comment I ever seen. Ethiopian. Damn. That man said he ain't even from Earth. He said you're going to rule today. He said you're going to find out when they come back home.
Planet. Our home planet is Nibiru. I'm a 100% Nilotic, and I'm South Sudanese and Ethiopian. And 100% Nilotic people are native to all East African countries and North African countries. Here's that took our lands, say goodbye. Y'all are not even going to be able to take that. You're not Ethiopian.
You are not logical and you are not normal. You are not sane. Somebody get this man some tether therapy. What the hell was that? Is this their version, fam? I know they're over there fighting. I know they got tribalism. But family, did he take the tribalism to a whole nother level? Is he running around here now talking about the aliens that's going to come? And when the aliens get here, then everybody will rule the day and they will find out the hard way? That's what that's coming across as to me. That's what that's coming across, fam. These people have lost their minds. They out of their minds. They can't find them. It ain't nowhere near. It ain't safe for these damn people. Yeah, they phoning home. They got some real issues out there. And when they not on that type of time, family, look at this guy. He done gave up. Look at this dude. He said it's over for black folks. He said he trying to find him a place and time where he can get next to the dominant society. Y'all watch this right here, fam. He said he trying to find a way.
I've had to come to terms with the fact that black people will never be free. We might not be slaves anymore physically, but spiritually and mentally, we still are. It's very sad to say this, but wherever black people gather, trouble is definitely pending. The only time that we see unity in our community is when there's drama. When someone like Renee is having beef, that's when everybody will gather around and sit right down, like Timothy goes to school. We are probably the only community that normalizes all the wrong things and makes people feel bad for doing the right things. Our women are out there encouraging other women to stay with a man that cheats as long as he has money. And then they will wonder why we have so many baby moms and absent fathers. Our youths are getting worse, generations by generations. Instead of us to try and find ways to tackle that, we are coming on social media to be talking and fighting about nonsense and rubbish. When it comes to fighting and tearing each other down, we are champions at that. Champions. But to build generational wealth and set up businesses for our community and try and make our community better, you will hear nothing but wind blow. We'd rather flex and stunt on each other. People are even unaliving each other because of jealousy. I'm not involved though. I've had to come to terms with the...
Y'all see at the end, he said, I'm not involved, dude. I'm not involved. You know who he's talking to? Family, he's talking to W's. He's talking to Zaddy. That right there was an audition right there. That's why he at the end was like, but not me, Daddy. Daddy, not me. And whatever I just said, Daddy, that does not apply to me. I told everybody a few weeks ago that tethers right now are trying to get position. Tethers right now are really trying to find some position because mommy and daddy is fighting. And when mommy and daddy gets to fighting, they don't really feel comfortable right now. So the tethers are trying their hardest to come up with a situation to where they can be safe. There's a lot of tethers out there trying to be safe right now. They don't really know what's going to happen next. That's why he threw that in at the end. He was trying to throw black folks under the bus. So after he threw black folks under the bus, then he can kind of double back and be like, but not me, Daddy. So if you think that's me, no. I ain't talking about them. There's a lot of like snitching going on because they're trying to get a position. All right. When a tether is trying to get a position is when a tether starts snitching. All right. This is what you're seeing with a lot of these damn tethers. And quite frankly, fam, I'm here for it. You know why? It's because it's showing us what these people are not made of. They're not made of the truth. They're not made of anything substantial. And quite frankly, fam, they out there, like I said, they out there delineating and fighting and feuding, trying to get a come up, but the come up it's just aren't available for them right now. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? They stuck in a between a bushmeat and a hard place. Okay, that's exactly where they are. But fam, going back to what we were talking about originally with these people out here cosplaying and trying to steal our culture. What we've been doing, fam, is focusing in on everybody. So quite frankly, nobody can get around us. Delineation, regulating. Okay, well, I said, fam, we're going to have to take delineation to another level. It's going to have to be full-time regulators. And we're going to have to be on our regulating game. And if people ain't on regulating game, then you know what I'm saying? We can't really do nothing for them. All right, it's got to be about full-time regulating, because if you ain't out here regulating, a lot of things are going to go right past you that you're not going to pick up on. And if you don't pick up on certain things, then people are going to be running around here, like I said, getting the bag that got your name on it. And if they come out here and they get the bag with your name on it, what does that leave you with, fam? That leaves you with nothing while these people get their comeuppance. And that's what they're trying to do. They all trying to get their little comeuppance off of foundationals. And foundationals just ain't giving it to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they're really upset in disarray, because they understand that in this generation, in this era, we out here really moving along. So they sending out a bunch of these like real weird people, fam. Tethers are already weird enough. Okay, what somebody said before, the night of the living fled. Okay, well, the night of the living fled and got even more strange and deranged, fam. They talking about Nebula and all these other damn places, fam. Check this out right here, fam. Look at this guy. This guy said he's disappointed in FBA because I think it's because he can't get women. But he's talking about FBA, and he says that foundational Black Americans are what? He's trying to say we're MAGA. So I showed you a couple of days ago when they were trying to combine foundational Black Americans in with BLM. Now they're trying to do the same thing with MAGA. Look at this right here, brothers and sisters. This right here is to my point. These individuals are so damn desperate that they're trying to say anything about foundationals. Watch this.
It's such a disappointment. As a Black American, I thought it was going to be something that we could use to reclaim our identity and, you know, have something to identify with, like for real, instead of like African American. You know, we're foundational Black Americans because we built this country. We're the foundation to the United States.
I don't know about that, fam. That forehead says otherwise. I don't think this is a Black American, fam. And notice he started off by saying, as a Black American, when you are one, you don't have to introduce yourself.
The FBA movement is such a disappointment. As a Black American, I thought it was going to be something that we could use to reclaim our identity and, you know, have something to identify with, like for real, instead of like African American. You know, we're foundational Black Americans because we built this country. We're the foundation to the United States. I've known about FBA since the beginning. I followed Tariq Nasheed from the age I was 12 all the way up to earlier this year. So almost 10 years. There are definitely signs that it was going to go in a very bad direction. First sign should have been this flag. Now, I don't really have a problem with the American flag like that, but if we're trying to have our own ethnogenesis, we should have a flag that's different than the United States, because it's really just the American flag. I didn't know till later that we do have our own flag, which is this flag, the Black American Heritage flag that's been around since 1967. I think it's crazy that so many FBAs are claiming the American flag, the colonizer's flag, over this flag. The second one, and this is my main problem with it, is it became a pretendian movement. In the beginning, it wasn't really that direct, because when he would say what we are ethnically, he would say, yeah.
Nah. So you running around here, forehead paperwork didn't check. You're standing behind that flag talking about you Black American, and you got a problem with the FBA flag, and now you in here talking about MAGA? Nah, bruh. Nope. Don't believe you.
Yeah, we are African genetically. Some of us came from Africa. It would go from we're African genetically, but we just live in America and we're Black Americans now. Then it became some of us came from Africa, and then it was just we were already here. And now what you have is people who identify as FBA saying, oh, we're Aboriginals and we was already here. And the FBA is just another label that they add to the mix. And the last thing that happened more recently is when it became MAGA. There's a lot of FBAs, they're like these patriotic people. It's not really about us having our own ethnic identity, but trying to be some kind of conservative, Black American, Aboriginal thing, whatever it is. A lot of them are basically Black conservatives, but with a slight little twist. And the fourth thing I forgot to mention when making this video, it just became like anti-African and anti, pan-Africanism. I'm not a big pan-Africanist, but if we're going to like have any allies.
I'm not a big fam. There you go. Here you go. I told you. Wait until the end and you're going to hear what they really meant to say. Now you see what it is, brothers and sisters. I'm not that big of a pan-Africanist. Are you one or not? Ain't no damn, or could been one. I mean, I'm not a big pan-African. What are you, a little pan-African? What the hell does that mean? Either you are or you not. So y'all see right then and there, he started to run all that stuff about FBA and the Black American Heritage flag. And then he ends up saying, well, I'm not that big of a pan-African. So you're a pan-African, which means you're a tether. Okay. Now we understand. Now y'all see what they really be meaning. This is what they really be trying to say, but they don't ever have the realness to come out and just speak it. They always dance around for 20 minutes, don't say what they really need to say, be hiding, be faking the front, and then the truth eventually comes out at the end. He ended up saying what he wanted to say the whole damn time. This man is a pan-African, brothers and sisters, who's hating on FBA.
Outside of Black America, it's going to be other Black people in other places. And I don't know why we're completely shutting ourselves off. Now, I'm not saying every African loves us or every Caribbean loves us, but internationally, these are the only people that's going to be there. But yeah, FBA becoming what it is now, it really sucks, especially since I used to follow Tariq for a very long time. I liked all of his videos. I watched like every single live and became what he's known for now. That just sucked. I thought FBA was going to be
enough. That right there is what I'm saying, fam. This is what I'm saying. Look at this, fam. Look how we've been breaking this down. Look at all these memes of people trying to slide into our movement. We got people talking about aliens and stuff, all right? You got people running around here who are just straight up tethers. You got folks just saying things. Black folk love Bad Bunny. Don't even know who the hell he is. You see what I'm talking about, how they're trying to maneuver their way in to foundational Black American spaces, all right? This guy right there is doing it. And fam, I'm going to say something that we need to discuss this and we need to talk about it because it needs to be done. Now you're starting to see a bunch of this stuff with the flags. And we got to be extra cautious and extra careful when you start seeing people waving these different flags and all these different things for a lot of reasons. And I'm going to tell you the main reason right here, fam. Y'all notice that all this stuff going on right now with Mrs. Monaleo, you see all of that right there? What you don't see her running around here waving is the FBA flag. What you don't see Conscious Flea running around here waving is the FBA flag. How come you don't see them out here waving that FBA flag? Is because they understand what can be remixed, what can be twisted, and what can be co-opted, all right? And these individuals understand where they can hustle, where they can scam, and where they can con. Now you're starting to see a lot of people waving the Black American Heritage flag. Now, we know the Black American Heritage flag is about us, Black Americans. However, when you start seeing them throwing up all them flags from Africa and Haiti and the Caribbean with the Black American Heritage flag, a lot of them think that that just means Black. Let me tell you what they really think. They think Black American just means a Black person in America. That's what they think. They're not out there using that with the FBA flag because you can't remix FBA. FBA is something that can't be remixed. When you say a Black American amongst ourselves, we know exactly who we're talking about. I know. But you go outside of our circle and you say Black American, they're going to say, well, Akon is a Black American. So is that Tether over there with 5 football fields on his forehead. That's a Black American. This is what they believe. They believe that Black American means just Black in America. So if you're out here speaking about the Black American Heritage flag, hell yeah, a bunch of tethers is going to try to get in on it. Hell yeah. This is why Dr. Claude came up with the distinction of Native Black American. And there was a lot of confusion because you had the Red Indians. So it ended up getting updated to foundational Black American. This is why I say certified, because it clears everything up. Black American is real flat. That's a flat term, y'all. And that doesn't create any distinction for individuals who want to come over here. Now, if you want to talk about the census in 1702 and you want to talk about who's got what melanin count and who can really be Black, you're going to be there all day with that. I ain't got no damn time. That's a great idea. If you got 500, 600 years and convince the whole damn planet that that's the law, until the meantime, in between time is settled, it's going to be certified foundational Black American. You can't remix that. You ain't going to have nobody say, I got 4 grandparents. I'm a Black American. I'm born in America. I'm dark skinned. I'm a Black American. Somebody's going to come around and say, hey, that's true. Come on in. However, you say I got 4 grandparents. I'm foundational. We're going to say, no, you're not. Why? It's because 4 generations ago wasn't the foundation. You see what I just did there? You see what I'm talking about? I'm dark skinned. I'm a foundational. When'd you get here? Well, 4 generations ago. 4 generations and 5 generations. That ain't foundational. You see, foundational takes you back to day one. Foundational takes you back to the beginning. Just saying you are Black American and that's that, I'm going to tell you right now. Go to New York right now and say you're a Black American. Every Haitian and Jamaican is going to say, me too, me too. Now, we may know the truth, but I'm telling you right now, family, a lot of people is going to sit there and be like, no, man, that go for all of us. As a matter of fact, let me give you a prime example, fam. Everything that you say has to have distinction. We have moved away from flat Blackness. So a lot of the issues you're seeing right now with the Black American heritage flag, that is something that we do amongst ourselves. But once you start moving beyond us, family, oh man, they're going to try to remix that all damn day long. And this is why right now Conscious Lee's way. Conscious Lee ain't waving the FBA flag because he know better, because ain't no lie he can come up in with them twisted ass dreadlocks that he can spin FBA. You can't do it. No, you can't. Let me show y'all this right here, fam. This is what I'm talking about. Watch this guy. This guy's coming around here. And boy, he getting mad too. Oh, look at this. He said he a real African American. Watch this, fam. This tether tells you that he is an African American, and he said he wished somebody would run up on him. Watch this.
You sit here and tell me I'm not American. I honestly want one of y'all to do that, bro. I want it. All right, y'all weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how y'all get mad at somebody that's literally both American and African. I can't speak for the folks that are African for real. Both parents are African, and then they come over here. I can't speak for that. But if you talk
bi-ethnic, y'all, now they're running with bi-ethnic. But let me tell you something. The bi-ethnic that they're saying isn't you have a actual foundational Black American parent and an African parent. No. They're saying their foundational Black American parent is an immigrant who's a first or second generation. All right, I want y'all to follow that. They're not saying that one of their parents is a pure-blooded foundational Black American. No, they're saying that their parent is an immigrant child and their other parent just got off the boat from Africa. That is not bi-ethnic, fam. It's getting real spooky in these streets, if you feel me.
Talking about a who actually dad is from America or mom is from America, and then the other parent is from a whole nother country. I mean, you can really keep your comments to yourself. Okay, now this sister said birth certificate says what is needed, and there's no disrespect at all. Like, she actually brought up a good point. Now, I'm going to show y'all something. Okay, it says no modern U.S. birth certificates, like basically my age, do not have typically the child's ethnicity, while the race and Hispanic origin of the parents, usually on the mother, are recorded. The child's race is not explicitly listed for statistical purposes. The child's race is often inferred from the mother's reported race. Okay, so hey, don't pop the messenger. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm African for sure. But according to this, I'm American. I was saying that y'all weren't gonna take it from me.
Stop. Nah, ain't no according to this, fam. Look at all this stuff this individual was trying to do to be us. Look at all this, family. This man talking about according to the paragraph at the bottom left-hand corner, in between the comma and the exclamation point, it says that I might be y'all's one day. How about this? You're not because I said so. Look at these people trying to go to the paperwork. Well, the paperwork says that it's me. The paperwork says you can't classify our lineage, bloodline, DNA, and family tree for thousands of years on no damn Google. This man Googling it, y'all. He thinks Google can capsulize our foundational Black American lineage. Now they running the papers, they pulling out flags, they making goddamn rap songs, anything they can do to try to be us, fam. This is pathetic, but I expect nothing less coming from a tether.
Even they're saying you can't take it from me. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-oh.
So
even they're saying, fam, you know who he's talking about. Fam, let me ask y'all, I'm looking at the chat right now. When he said, even they're saying you can't take it from me, what color of people is he referring to? You know you're going to always hear this color whenever they come up. You can just hear all of their affection and obsession with that particular community pop out. They can't get through a sentence without bringing up that other community. And notice that whenever they bring up that community, they're always bringing them up in a glorified light. It's always something positive. I ain't never once seen them sit there and be like, hey, man, they be lying. I don't trust them. It's always, y'all need to listen to them. Even they can't take sits away from me. I see y'all in the chat. Yeah, we see right through you. You are Mr. Mutombo. I don't give a damn what Google says.
From me. Even they're saying you can't take it from me. You get what I'm saying? So to all the clowns that keep saying you're not, I'll just read this. The child's race is often inferred from the mother's reported race. Now, I can't sit here and make y'all believe who my mom is. Okay? But at this point, I'm just explaining to y'all what it is. So y'all can be mad all day. But as I said before, I am a true African American.
Man, if you don't get the hell out the camera, ain't nobody mad at you. We laughing at you. He said that bold, didn't he? Y'all get mad if you want. I'm an African American. Man, if you don't sit your ass down, ain't nobody scared of you, man. You better sit your ass down in your tether feelings. But this is what we talking about. And you, African American, go ahead, be that. We want you to be. You can go ahead and be all the African American you want to be. But you can't be no foundational Black American. No. You ain't built like that, homeboy. Sit your ass down. Listen, this is what they're doing. And have y'all ever seen any Black American ever have to do that? Fam, we don't go to these other countries and start Googling things. What does it mean if mama says that I'm Black on Thursday? Daddy said I'm Black on Wednesday. Does the birth certificate that the white man gave me classify me? Please ask it a friend. That man out there asking the mayo. Man, you better sit down. This shows you that these individuals are trying to find any back door, any front door, any window that they can possibly find to get into our community, y'all. Right now, foundational Black Americans are so airtight, nobody can gain access. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And I'm going to tell y'all why that's so great. Because right now in this generation, since we have, eradicated all of the falsehoods and all the fakes and the phonies that have no attention or no, means of being around us, they're to the point, y'all, they're desperate. I want everybody to understand that the desperation is in full swing. They can't come around foundational Black Americans and just find a way in. They're upset because we have identified all the different energies and all the different excuses. And everywhere they turn, no matter where they go, they keep running into that same wall. We won't let your ass in. And since we won't let you in, it's a wrap. And when foundational Black Americans won't let you in, where you going to go? Because y'all know damn well the dominant society ain't going to bring you in. You know damn well the dominant society said, no, you can't come up in here, bro. Nope. What you going to do? You're going to hit a block. You're going to turn around. You're going to find somewhere else because you know that this house is guarded. And that's what it's all about, y'all. We have guarded this house way beyond what we've ever done before. See, I don't think people in the past really even thought about that, to be real with you. I don't really think people thought about it too much. I think people in the past just thought, hey, we're all Black. Just let them on in. We'll all have fun when they get here. No, that don't work. And now that you've seen that don't work, now what you going to do? And I got another one for you, fam, since we out here exposing these people to the damn maximum. I mean, they ain't got nowhere to go with their lies. You got this other guy. He's coming out here, and he's trying to run that game of if they got pulled over, they would look like us. Again, a grown man obsessed with looking like another grown man. You can just look and tell who's winning and who's losing. And telling you right now, family, it is clear them. But look at this right here. This is what I mean. This tether is talking about, man, we got pulled over. We'd all be the same. We all look the same. No, listen, you don't look like us. All right. Just stop. Just quit. It's embarrassing at this point. You're embarrassing your babies. All right. Your kids are looking at you, trying to look at me and say you me. Okay. You a big 45-year-old man that wants to look like a damn 20-year-old man. Stop. Okay. It's pathetic. You need to change. But fam, they don't get the message. Watch this guy right here. And he says Africans never, ever, ever, ever deny their Blackness. Now, y'all know that's cap. I know that's cap. But watch this.
African. That sounds like one of the most ignorant, most asinine things.
And own your Blackness.
You're Black. You're not African. That sounds like one of the most ignorant, most asinine things I have ever heard, bro. I don't know any African who says that they are not Black. I grew up in Europe, bro. Like a lot of people that I grew up with, bro, we all claim to be Nigerian and we all claim to be Black. I don't know anyone saying I'm not Black. That sounds so dumb. If you are African American, your ancestry would still root back to Africa, bro.
Nah, you lying. You telling lies, Mr. Mutombo. Did Mr. Mutombo just tell us that he's never seen an African say that they're not black? Mr. Mutombo, I know you don't believe that yourself. I know you're desperate. I know y'all getting cut off of every damn social program that you thought you was going to have to come here. Did you just say that Africans own their blackness? No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. And then he said, not only that, he said we couldn't find anybody to be the contrary to that. Well, I found a lot of people, and they all say that they didn't know they were black until they got to America, Mr. Mutombo. So how do you explain these people who say they're not black?
Identify very happily now as black, but I didn't always, because I became black in America.
My African side was told, you are acting just like an American, but you are African, you're not black.
I'm not black, folks, I'm African. Yeah, that's the same thing, you black. We different than you. Look at your hair. No, we different than you guys from here.
I think that growing up in Kenya and surrounded by predominantly black society, race is not the primary identifier. You have ethnicity, you have gender, you have wealth and class. But race is not at the tip of our tongues.
Moving to the US, I don't know if black was the first thing I would reach for. I think I identified as Sudanese first and African second, and then black was sort of a vocabulary I learned finding my way in the racial framework of this country.
Like, unfortunately with black people, they just feel that, they're entitled. They can kind of just talk to you any way they want to. There's no respect whatsoever. They do whatever, they just, I don't know, they don't have the values of an African person would.
And they asked him, what race was he? Are you of the black race or colored race? He said, no, I'm Ethiopian.
I identify very happily.
Damn, even grandma was laughing because you come over here and say you everything other than black. So yeah. You see how quick, family? That took, 15 seconds? I've never seen anybody say they're not black, and I just showed a whole video. How come they always pretend that they missed these videos? They pretend they never see what we're seeing. They pretend none of this exists. They're just in this perpetual state of just lying. That's all they do, fam. They act like they don't see none of the stuff that we've been seeing. They act like they don't know what's going on. It's all cap, and you have to understand that. This is why when you regulate, fam, and you really about regulation and delineation and separation, you got to just be all the way with it, because these individuals will tell any lie that they can possibly come up with at any time of the day to get anything that they want, and they just make it look like it doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So we watching all of these desperation tactics and these desperation moves, and quite frankly, we seeing them for what they truly are. And that's all we do is see people for what they truly are. And they don't really like the fact that we see them for what they truly are. And when you start talking about who these people truly are, I want you to remember this first, second, third generation thing is a hustle, because what they're going to start to say is that my second generation father, who's really an immigrant, is an American, right? Because he was born here. And then they're going to say my African, whoever got off of the boat, that is a real African. So technically, I'm a Black American. They are trying to make it very vague about lineage, about being here, about being the original, about being the first person. Second, third, remember this, fam. Anybody who says they're Black American and follows by this generation, one, first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation, that all equals Tether. That all equals Tether, and don't let them spin it. And I'm going to tell you another little thing they love to do, fam. They love trying to spin things, but we be calling their ass out in the process, fam. Y'all know that Conscious Flea been running around here. And y'all know Conscious Flea talks all this pro-blackity black stuff, right? But y'all know Conscious Flea ain't with no damn black woman neither. Yeah. See, a lot of people don't know this about Conscious Flea, but Conscious Flea, he has been on the mayo burrito taco side of town. Yes, he has. Conscious Flea wants to tell Black Americans what blackness is, but Conscious Flea has been running around here with Miss Belgrande. Yeah. And let me tell you about the babble that he thinks he's going to try to do. Whenever you call this man out with all of those words that he be trying to use, he's the guy who tries to use like big words, but it's trash and they don't really hit. It just be all over the place. Nobody really knows what he's saying. He's just talking. Because, man, what I want to do is take the collateral and add it to the forefront. And when the forefront multiplies, it comes back around to come up with a dubious position. Okay, well, your dubious position is a damn tether. And your other dubious position is the fact that you've been running around here with that right there. Family, y'all say hello to Conscious Flea's woman. Y'all say hello to Conscious Flea's woman. Family, is this man in any position to talk about what's black? Is he in any position to talk about blackness? Is he in any position to talk about this when he's going home to that right there? Yeah, exactly. That's a tether who's dating a tether. These are two mops, fam. That's a mop on mop relationship. Okay, that's a mop on mop relationship. This man running around here talking all of this talk about black this, black that, and the other thing, and yet he's going home to what looks like mashed potatoes on top of a taco supreme. Okay, I told y'all about them damn rectangle hips, fam. I told y'all, don't ever trust no rectangle hips, all right? Okay, we do curves in the black community, okay? You know, we don't do squares. But family, when brothers and sisters called him out, oh boy, it hit a nerve with him. Oh yeah, no, consciously, you won't get this work. Yeah, straight up, easy. That's how I do. Checkmate. Easy, all the time, done. He got mad, and this man goes on this whole spiel about what black is, and he starts running all those games. And do y'all know he tried to pass that woman off as a mixed woman? Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah, that's what he did. He thinks he's slick too, but it ain't work. It ain't work. No. Family, he goes on this whole tirade about his woman. He said, since y'all want to talk about my woman, let's talk about colorism in the black community and all. So now the man who's with this right here tries to spin it into colorism. No. If there is any, it's coming from your side. But fam, let me tell you this. All of the want to be big words, all of the twisting and turning, all the damn excuses cannot ever change the fact that you ain't with no damn sister with no curves. You with Selena with squares.
Needs to sent out in the pasture in 2024. You do all this pandering to black women and your wife is a fat Mexican, go away. There's a lot to unpackage in this one. What do I start with? Should I start with acknowledging that y'all get my wife a new race every week? Or should I go with the pandering accusations? Or maybe how you just made it where Mexican women caught strays and ain't got nothing to do with this. Let's start with the work.
Look how he's in there caping, y'all. That man said, y'all Mexican women ain't got nothing to do with this now. Y'all leave her alone. And fam, he about to pull out the definition of pander. They talking about your wife ain't black and your response is to go to the dictionary and try to do a lecture on the word panda. We ain't ask you about the word panda. Ain't nobody said go get the dictionary or the encyclopedia. Ain't nobody asked you what the definition was. We talking about your wife not being black, homie. He trying to dictionary his way out of this. You can't dictionary your way out of this, okay? You may dick your way out of Joe Biden, but you can't with this situation right here.
Definition of pandering, because a lot of y'all got me messed up and y'all don't recognize that the call coming from inside the house. Pandering is defined to gratify.
The call coming from it, that was lame as hell. Y'all don't realize the call coming from inside the house now. Uh-oh, everybody, we scared. Oh, we scared, run. He said the call coming from inside the house. What is this, a damn urban legend? This is a Tether legend right here. The call coming from inside the house. Why he bucking his teeth? Hey, I know bucking your eyes, he bucking his teeth. Boy, you done pissed Flea off. Conscious Flea bucking his teeth. He gonna get you. He's gonna get you now. Y'all done made him buck his teeth, pull out the dictionary, and the call coming from the inside the house. We in trouble now. He about to go Tether crazy.
Or indulge in an immoral or distasteful desire, need, or habit for another person with that such desire. You don't need nobody moving the goalposts or nobody to be confused to have a misinterpretation of what I'm addressing when it comes to pandering. To gratify or indulge in an immoral or distasteful desire. I genuinely want to account for multiple interpretations of how pandering is understood so I can make you a well-rounded educational analysis. There are multiple interpretations of what it means to pander.
Analysis, interpretation, answer the damn question about why you can't pull no soul food, so you went to go pull Taco Bell. Keep it a buck. You ain't gonna analysis. I don't need your analysis. I want an answer. I don't need no interpretation. I want clarification. This man think he gonna big word his way out of it and still failing.
That last definition came from Oxford. This one right here comes from Cambridge. It says the act of catering to or profiting from the weaknesses, vices, or unreasonable desires of others. Unreasonable weaknesses and vices. Is it a weakness or unreasonable to advocate against misogyny, sexism, and patriarchy, or for it? Which one is reasonable or weakness? And all this remind me of this little Facebook post.
Hey fam, this man is changing clothes to do this video. You know you got him shook. You know he shook all the way up here. I'm gonna put a different shirt on this one. Oh, I'm gonna come back with the glasses off. I'm gonna buck my eyes and my teeth. And then I'm gonna come back and hit pause on the video and say the same thing again. Boy, this man desperate as hell.
I made last month. Accusations of pandering against men who advocate for women's rights can illustrate the transactional nature of how some individuals value women. In these situations, the focus may shift from genuine support to allyship to perceived self-interest and ulterior motives. And then this next paragraph is an actual illustration of y'all perception. When men advocate for women's rights, especially in public forums or positions of power, they may face scrutiny and accusations of pandering. This can stem from a belief that their advocacy is not rooted in a genuine desire for equity, gender equity, but rather in seeking personal gain approval or enhance their public image. I'm not a...
You got a genuine desire to be zesty as hell, to be rusty as hell, and you still ain't answered the question. Family, this is what you call a bunch of false intellectual babble that may work in the Democratic Shield or the Tether Island, but it don't work around foundational Black Americans, okay? You've been out here babbling and ranting, but you still ain't answered the question because you already know no matter what answer you give, we already understand exactly where you coming from, all right? You are somebody who cannot stand certified foundationals because you are a tether. You are somebody who cannot pull a Black American woman, so you had to go get the 3037th worst thing. You had to go get you a Selena Estrada because Selena Estrada cannot get her a Romero Estrada that wants those rectangle hips. That's what it is. So family, you have rectangle hips and you have a non-existent hairline. This is what you have, okay? So when you see him coming up with all these different excuses and then the intellectual properties and the multiplication of the diversion that we divided by, you multiplied and you divided by, and you still a damn tether who can't get a sister. That's what it really is, okay? That's all it is. That's all it ever will be. And foundational Black Americans see through all that. But I got another big, bold reason why this individual can't pull no sister. I got another clear reason why this individual can't get no certified lady. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Matter of fact, better yet, I'm going to show you. Sisters don't like guys who lay on their stomachs and kick their feet up with flip-flops on. Family, this is Conscious Zesty. And Conscious Zesty got a message. Watch this, fam. The man says he is blackety black, but he really is green, purple, pink, lavender, and it all makes up the rainbow.
Number one, a lot of y'all understanding for the difference between race and class be as bad as that bleach blonde hair she got on her head. Number one.
Family, look at his feet. Look at his feet kicking. We ain't taking no damn black advice from you. We ain't listening to no lineage from you. We ain't taking nothing from you. Conscious Zestly. This is what he is. This Conscious Zestly, y'all. He kicking his feet. Man, look at his flip-flops in the back. He got on yellow flip-flops. You see yellow in the damn flag. He got on a yellow watch. This man is nothing but Conscious Zestly trying to talk to foundationals. No, You stay Democrat, please. Yeah, you stay tether, please. You stay rectangle hips, please. Stay away from us. We don't want this type of time. We don't want this energy. I don't trust no man who lays on his stomach and kicks his damn legs. Hell no.
A lot of y'all understanding for the difference between race and class be as bad as that bleach blonde hair she got on her head. Number one. A lot of y'all understanding for the difference between race and class be as bad as that bleach blonde hair she got on her head. Number
Man, hell no. And by the way, is that the blonde hair is the same color as them flip-flops you got on, bro? You got them flip-flops. You're flip-flopping all over the place, ain't you? Yeah, exactly. That is what we mean, fam, when we talking about a mop. And mops come in all different ways. You got zesty mops, you got fruit roll-up mops, you got fruit by the foot mops. Okay, you got flip-flop mops. Is he a flip-flop mop? That's exactly what it is. Yeah, you easy work. Let me tell you something about Conscious Flea. Conscious Flea ain't nothing but a scrub. All right, that's all he is. He is scrub a dud. And he thinks that he can come around FBA and talk all that talk, but that's why he keeps it on the internet. And word on the street, he ducking the fade right now. He don't want to see brothers and sisters who really stand on lineage business because he knows how that ends. Remember, y'all, they always keep their distance. They keep their distance. And the only difference between keeping their distance with foundational Black Americans and keeping their distance with certified foundational Black Americans is whenever they come around us, they only use them damn fingers on that internet, y'all, to type and to tweet. Because they know whenever FBA start checking people, we ruin them damn careers. And if you look, fam, them careers are getting ruined quick, fast, in a hurry, and there ain't no turning around and there ain't no spinning it. That's exactly what we do. So yeah, Conscious Zestly, go ahead and stick to all of that fake intellectual babble, okay? Because all you are is a reciter, fam. You don't even know none of that stuff. You look like you don't believe yourself. If somebody asks you a question about your wife and you pull out a dictionary, then we damn sure don't trust you. If somebody comes around here and tries to talk about politics, but they got on yellow flip-flops and laying on their stomach, don't nobody want to hear what you got to say. So stay on Twitter and stay on TikTok and make your little videos and lay on your stomach all damn day long with you some goddamn sweet tea, but just know one thing for certain. You better keep that stuff on the internet with little emojis, because if you come around foundational Black Americans talking that, somebody is going to check you and consider your ass checked all damn day. But family, we ain't done. There's more individuals that been out here getting that G check, and there's a lot of people who've been getting wrecked, and all of them have one thing in common. And that thing that they all have in common is that they are all absolutely out of our way. Let me make this clear though. Certified's been standing on certified business. Foundational's been winning. But whatever you do, make sure you throw that certified on it, fam. Remember, it's about that certified 100, okay? It take 100 of us. 100 of us will run the world, fam. Whether that's 100 of us, meaning just 100, whether that's 100,000, 100 million, 100 billion, it don't matter. We always do more with less. So we run in the game and we running everybody out of the way, family. As a matter of fact, I'm so strong that I got all of the world right now, and I'm talking about all of our brothers and sisters, they're out here trying to mimic certified, fam. I'm hearing all these people saying certified this, certified that, and they're coming up with little falsehoods and fake names. None of that stuff is going to go nowhere. What's really going to be the thing that is pivotal and the thing that changes everything is going to be us moving as one unit. That's where it's at, and that's how we run it. You know what I'm saying? So G-Check is in process. Certified Black Society is winning, and we got it all wrapped up. And I heard right now Conscious Zestfully just tripped and fell over them yellow flip-flops. But guess what? When he fell on his stomach, and I guess he's used to that. So right back at home. Easy work, Tether, man. Look at this, fam. This is what I'm talking about. Did y'all see Miss Selena get snatched up? Did y'all see they running up on ICE and ICE wasn't playing with Miss Selena? Y'all look at this right here, fam. It turned out real bad for this woman who thought she was going to run up on some officers, and that officer wasn't having it. Watch this.
Adios. Adios. Adios.
Y'all gonna stop running up on these officers? Y'all gonna quit? He wasn't playing, was he? Boy, he was full-time on that one.
Adios. 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 Come on, man.
Damn. They gonna learn, fam. Hey, we ain't got them kind of problems, dog. We ain't got to worry about none of that now, do we? It feel good, fam. It feel good being over here on our side, doing our thing. Ain't got to worry about none of them issues. Whoever got to deal with them, they got to deal with them on their own, because foundational Black Americans is at home. So it's easy to watch, easy to observe, and to analyze. One more time for all of the riders.
Adios. 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 Come on, man.
Damn, you got to love it. I know I do. You know why, family? Because I look at it like this. You simply have people, first off, who are breaking the law. So if you want to just get into the legality of it, it's easy. However, fam, what you're looking at are individuals who have been making all types of falsehoods about us, all types of crude statements about foundational Black Americans. Either they did it or the people done did it, but nobody seems to really want to stop it. The game of life is being played right now. I want everybody to remember that. I just had a conversation earlier today about the game of life, fam. The game of life is being played, and now Black folks are learning how to play the game of life. Let me tell you about the game of life, okay? The game of life does not revolve around your feelings. You remember when we were all young and people used to tell you the world don't revolve around you? You're absolutely correct. You damn right. The game of life is that you look out for your own and you look out for yourself by any means necessary. Like Brother Malcolm said, you got to look out for yourself and look out for your own, because once you start going out here and trying to attach yourself to all these other individuals, they ain't got that kind of time for you at all. I want you to think about every single video that you've seen with these people talking reckless about FBA. I want you to think about every single video that you've seen with these people just disrespecting us. You ain't seen nobody come out here and talk that talk. And let me tell y'all about these little allies, because I got to bring this up. All these invisible riders. Let me make this clear, y'all. Ain't nobody out there going against their family on behalf of Black people. Let's just make that clear. If you think Brad is going to go against the dominant society on behalf of Jerome, you don't know supremacy. If you think Julio is going to go against W's or his fellow Julios for Jerome, you don't know mascot supremacy. It's all about us on our time doing our own thing, family. This is regulated season. I'm telling you, when the regulators get into place, fam, we move everything around, and everything's being pushed around on our say-so, on our accord. So we ain't out here putting on no capes for nobody because they want to see the cuffs on you. Don't put capes on for people who want to see cuffs on you. Never that. And family, there's been a hell of a lot of people who learned their lesson, and they can try to make all these things and all these rounds. Y'all seen this guy right here? How many of y'all seen this dude right here? Illegal alien superintendent registered to vote as Democrat. Man, family, did y'all see that this man got snatched up by ICE? Did you see it, fam? Oh, the dominant society wasn't playing with this guy. But I want everybody to remember, this is who they told foundational Black Americans that we needed to be on the same page with. This is who they told foundational Black Americans, we all Black, brother. He thought he was going to come around here and play that game, and they was like, nope. There ain't no game to be played. Watch this right here, family. Check this out.
Democrats just found a new Maryland dad. He's a superintendent from Iowa, actually. Guyana. Ian Roberts. He's been here since 1999, and he's got a criminal record. Even Biden tried to deport him, but wasn't able to pull it off without homing. He's a former track star, but he couldn't outrun the canines. Once he saw the agents coming, he took off and tried hiding in a bush. ICE found him and his car filled with $3 grand in cash, a loaded gun, and a hunting knife. Bad hombre, right? Wrong. Michelle Obama's former chief of staff is the chair of the school board, and she's running for Senate, and she's riding with Roberts.
It seems fitting to take a page out of Dr. Roberts' book and ask the community to engage in radical empathy as we work through the situation together.
Roberts made $300 grand a year. The board voted to suspend the illegal with pay. But then once everybody found out about the story, they yanked his six-figure salary. And sorry about that, Ian. Roberts has been working in schools across the country for decades. Before Iowa, he was superintendent in Pennsylvania, where his district was sued for nearly $500,000. Roberts was accused of sex discrimination, promoting unqualified women over men. We call that DEI. How is an illegal with a record working in a school? Who's vetting these people? We don't know. We're just happy he got iced.
Man, we're happy he got iced. Damn, that's cold. Very cold. No pun intended. Family, let me say this, though. Y'all, I'm disagreeing with dude. He wrong. The Democrats are not making him the Maryland man, that Luis Albrego, Killmonger, whatever his name was. The Democrats ain't riding for that dude like they was riding for that Venezuelan gang member dude. Y'all notice that? I don't care what dude just said a minute ago. That's not what I'm seeing. The Democrats ain't out here rallying behind this guy like they rally behind that MS-13 member. I don't see that. That's not what I'm seeing right now. What I see going on is that the Democrats are basically saying, you on your own, Mutombo. Peace out. You got to go. I don't see this galvanization behind this guy and them trying to make it like it's some type of big deal. That's not what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is the Democrats are saying, bye, peace out. We got other things to go and attend to. That's what I'm seeing. They're not out there riding for him like that. So when they were sitting here trying to make Black Americans be so focused on melanated immigrants, and now look how they're treating the melanated immigrants. See, there's a lot of colorism that goes on in the supremacist liberal society towards immigrants. They treat the Mexican immigrants better than they treat the Africans. The African immigrants and the Caribbean immigrants, their sole purpose just to come here, cloak themselves in Black American identity, and they might elevate you like Joyless Reid, well, until she got fired. Or they might elevate you like Kamala Harris, well, until we ruined her career. Or even Barack Obama, well, until we destroyed his legacy. However, they're going to try to find some of these melanated people, these MOPs, melanated other person, and try to elevate them. Outside of that, they don't get the kickbacks that you start to see the Mexicans and them do. Donald Trump says all of y'all going to be on the same playing field. Joe Biden didn't have that. Joe Biden made it clear he was going to prefer the South American immigrant. So if you notice, fam, everybody's looking right now at dude, and they're like, hey, you kind of on your own, bro. You're going to have to hold your own. They're not out here having no type of thing. Fam, remember when all of that went down with the Killmonger Garcia, the Venezuelan dude? Remember that they was taking trips down to Venezuela. They was taking trips down to visit him. They were out there having rallies and marches and all that. They had a lot of things that they was doing for him that they not doing for this, whatever the hell dude's name was. I wasn't even paying attention. Just another deported immigrant to me, okay? But you notice that, fam. So again, hold your own. And if you see this, fam, the world is separate from where we are. Foundational Black Americans have stayed out of everything, and this is why we're moving so good, and we keep framing it. Nobody can penetrate the spaces that we're in because, quite frankly, it's so 100%. And you got a bunch of frauds out there. Did y'all see that Hakeem Jeffries dude? Did y'all see him trying to get fake tough? He said, if Donald Trump wants to do something, tell him to say it to my face. I think Donald Trump will whoop dude. I ain't even gonna lie to you, fam. I don't think Hakeem got no hands. Fam, these little Muppets and puppies ain't got no hands. Y'all look at this right here. Look at this, fam. Hakeem Jeffries, who, by the way, just a few days ago was trying to vote. See, this is him trying to backtrack and get some clout because they were voting for Charlie Kirk Day and brothers and sisters was calling him out for it. Well, since brothers and sisters called him out for it, fam, watch him now trying to get real street. He's trying to get tough. And by the way, he's a Tether as well. Watch this right here, family. He says Donald Trump better say this to his face.
Mr. President, the next time you have something to say about me, don't cop out through a racist and fake AI video. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face. Say it to my face.
Family, was that cringe? Was that cringe as hell? Why is he swinging his arm? Why is his arm doing all the stuff? Look at Maxine Waters. She's like, oh, you said it now. Oh, now they won't focus on me and how much money I stole. They'll focus on you. They have a better time finding your hairline than they will trying to find my stolen money. Family, is that not cringe? Was he not out there spinning his arm, telling him to say it to my face next time? This is fake as hell, y'all.
And fake AI video. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face. Say it to my face. Mr. President, the next time.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, dude ain't got no future. No, bro. You ain't got no future. No, not at all. Fam, I don't know why they think this dude is going to get anywhere off the ground. No. He going to be exactly where he should be, where he going to stay at. Okay, that was fake. And next time you do it, you come back around and you say it to my face. You don't sit down. Don't nobody believe in them. See, fam, that's them trying to get clout now because they were exposed for voting for Charlie Kirk's holiday. And since they voted for Charlie Kirk's holiday, a lot of people were looking at him saying, well, okay, you was talking all that blackety black stuff, but now you're trying to flip-flop across the board. So people see exactly what he was up to. And now everybody's looking at him and saying, okay, no one believes you. No one believes this dude at all. This dude is completely a knockoff Obama. I mean, the guy that he's out here trying to duplicate is the guy who, has no clout right now anyway. So the person that you're trying to pretend to be, we done ran him off the block. So since the guy that you're trying to say, well, I'm the new version of him got ran off the block, then really, where does that leave you? Okay. And fam, there's a lot of people crashing out, falling out left and right. Did y'all see Don Lemon, where Don Lemon was on Piers Morgan, and Piers Morgan kind of checked Don Lemon? Yeah, he got checked by Piers Morgan. You know, when you out here getting checked by Piers Morgan, it ain't too good in the hood. All of these people are falling fast, y'all. Falling fast. Because, you know, Don Lemon been running around here talking about, you know, people. He was talking about Megyn Kelly's husband was looking at his husband. You know, all types of crazy things, fam. All types of crazy things. But let me show y'all this right here, fam. Let me show y'all. Piers Morgan done G-check Don Lemon. So the Democrats, whoever they sending out, they're all just crashing out. Whoever they send out will crash out. And that's just the way it's going to have to be. And FBA ain't putting none of that on. Y'all look at this. Look at this. So when he's not telling Megyn Kelly's husband not to look at his husband, which is weird as hell, y'all watch this right here. He tries to say something to Piers Morgan, and they get into a little spat right here. And it is funny as hell, but it shows you again, y'all, there ain't nowhere to go with these people. Watch this.
If you had a do-over, would you say that again? I mean, what led you to say that?
Piers, let me just say this. I'm going to answer your question, but just so the audience knows, and I hope you don't cut this out. When I asked you what subjects you wanted to talk about, you know what you said to me? You said, I want to talk to you about freedom of speech in America and the response to Charlie Kirk's death. Yeah. Not once did you mention that we were going to talk about CNN or whatever. So, and had I known that, I probably wouldn't have accepted this interview. You have invited me on many times, and I tell you, Piers, I know you. I would come on your show, but I don't do panels. And so when you said I'm not going to be involved in the panel, I agreed to come on your show. But I thought you would also stick by the subjects that you told me that you were going to talk about.
Just to be clear,
try to ambush me with something.
Just to be clear, so, you and I haven't. Well, John, just to be clear, you and I haven't had any conversation about your appearance here. You're talking about my team talking to you.
Yeah, no, and I saw you, Piers, in a restaurant, and I said, "Hey, Piers, good to see you. Yeah. I would come on your show, but I don't do panels."
Right,
and I said the same thing to your bookers.
There's only one.
And so when I asked you, and right. Okay, and so yes, and I said that's why I agreed to do it. But when you asked me, or when your team asked me what subjects, and I asked them 2 or 3 times, I have the text messages, what do you want to cover? Yep. Not once was CNN mentioned. So I don't appreciate being ambushed. But let me answer your question.
Hang on one second. No, Don, hang on one second. Let's just be crystal clear about what's just happened. You brought up the subject of cancel culture. I asked you, did you feel your departure from CNN was an example of that? And you answered the question. And I think it's perfectly reasonable.
And I answered the question.
Perfectly reasonable in that if you said to me, I don't want to talk about it, fine. No, but no, so sorry. You said what you're going to say. By the way, we don't.
Disingenuous.
Don, we don't.
I don't like arguing like this. I'm not going to get into an argument with you. Piers, I think that's completely disingenuous. And I think anyone watching that.
What are you talking?
Boy, hey, he getting zesty, fam. He said, no, just stop me. He arguing with Piers like he argues with his husband.
About.
And so if you will allow me, please.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Did you invite me here to interrupt me, or are you going to let me?
I think you're being a complete dick, if I'm honest with you.
Damn! Man, I love this stuff, family. You only get this in America. What'd you say, Piers?
Well, allow me, please.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Did you invite me here to interrupt me, or are you going to let me?
I think you're being a complete dick, if I'm honest with you.
Okay.
I do.
Well, that's very kind and respectful of you.
It wasn't intended to be kind or respectful.
The ad hominem attacks.
Damn! He said, hey, that was very kind of you say that. I wasn't intended to be kind. Damn. They ain't got nobody, fam.
Me, or are you gonna let
I
me
think you're being a complete dick, if I'm honest with you.
For the record, though, Piers, I don't think he's being one. I just think he likes them. I'm just saying. Family, that right there is further evidence and further proof of what we be saying with these individuals. Yeah, I'm all for it. Go ahead, go at it back and forth. The more these people is going back and forth, the more they feuding and fighting and fussing, the more foundational Black Americans is out here winning, fam. So you can see it, they can twist it, they can turn it, they can speed it up, slow it down. It's still going to go back to the originals, and that be us. So we've gotten everybody out of the way. They're feuding and fighting. In the meantime, while they beefing and Piers Morgan is G-checking Don Lemon, you see Hakeem Jeffries, where his hairline is way the hell back on his ears. You see him trying to act like Obama 2.0 dollar store. Foundational Black Americans is represented to the maximum. And when we are out here doing what we're doing and standing on our own purposes, you get all these other people engaged in pointless battles where they're wasting time. And while they're wasting time, we're on time. And our time is perfect, fam. We're not off track. We're exactly where we need to be. We're going exactly where we need to be at. And all of these other individuals, they just quite frankly can't make it, y'all. They just can't. And that's a beautiful thing. So everybody's learning a lesson right now. What is that lesson? That lesson is that we were right the whole time, y'all. We were right the whole time. Nothing can change that. Nothing can rearrange that, fam. FBA was always correct. And when I say we're always correct, fam, what I mean by that is that we had our goal in mind, what we wanted to do. We know exactly what our objective were. And if you see, fam, we've only gotten closer to it. We getting all the ops out the way. The Tethers is coming around here. We're getting them done for. Tethers can't represent or stand in our space. They falling out fast, exactly how they should. And we're moving so precise now that they want to tie us in. Remember, y'all, if they can tie us into whatever little agendas that they have, and they can try to speed that up and get foundational Black Americans engaged with them, what does that mean? That means that not only are we diverted off of where we're heading, that also puts them in a position to slide themselves in so they can be who we are. Both of those things are going to fall flat. Both of those individuals are going to lose, and it's going to always be what it was always meant to be, and that's us winning all the way across the board. But fam, there's a lot of people out there that are extremely jealous. There's a lot of people out there that want to see what it's about. I got a message from an individual that wants to show y'all how they feel. Now, family, I know y'all like to roast. I know y'all love to roast people, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't like to roast people, you know what I'm saying? I try not to roast people. I try not to be condescending, and I try not to make people upset. And, you know, I try to be nice to Tethers, and I try to be nice to the mops, you know, whatever that means. I don't know who came up with mop, and I don't know what they're trying to say. I try to be nice to W's, you know, I try to be, fam. But family, when you start seeing this right here, you can't really play nice anymore. Family, y'all look at this. This is a message from Mrs. Mayo, and Mrs. Mayo has a question and some answers for all of you guys. Pay close attention.
Hey everybody, just want to let you know tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going live with K-Beauty Ramon Skincare, #1 in the world. If you want more information about it, come by and check me out. And if you have anybody that you know that's looking for a fantastic skincare line, let them know. And
Fam, would you get skincare line from this lady? And by the way, I need y'all to guess the age. And I'm taking all the right answers. How old is this woman right here? Somebody let me know, but she said she got some skincare line for all y'all
at 7
because, you know, she takes so great care of hers.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going live with K-Beauty Ramon Skincare, #1 in the world.
I see 240. I see 150. Somebody said 25. 123. 95, 47, 58, 33. Somebody said 1,000. You cold for that. Damn. 80, 95 years old. Someone said 6,000 years old. Someone said around 33 to 34. 3,599. Damn. Cold-hearted. 62. Someone said at the nice young age of 19. Someone said at the nice young age of 2,000. Someone said at the nice young age of the Crypt Keeper. Jeez Louise. Damn, y'all. She wants to have y'all buy some skincare products. Damn.
If you want more information about it, come by and check me out. And if you have anybody that you know that's looking for a fantastic skincare line, let them know. And I will see y'all tomorrow at 7 p.m.
D-Zam. But family, since, you know, I don't like to roast, and I'm a very, you know what I'm saying, even kill kind of person, you know what I'm saying? And I say that with all not telling the truth. There's somebody else out there that wants to holler at y'all, who got some more questions, who wants to speak to y'all. And fam, you know the Tethers is lurking. And remember, the Tethers say they look like us. So I want y'all to tell me, have you ever seen a foundational Black American that looks like this right here?
This is literally the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Damn!
Forehead reduction. They do that? Like, I don't, and you guys keep talking about like, oh, is she using a filter? Is there AI involved? Like everything on TikTok, maybe because like I'm older and a millennial, like I don't know what the fuck you're all talking about. I don't use filters. I don't edit my photos. I'm lazy. I'll just, what I do is take 300 videos and 300 photos. And if one of them works out, then I'll publish it, or I don't publish it at all. I don't have the energy, time, interest to edit filter, use AI, Photoshop. No, nothing. I absolutely would never in a million years get a forehead reduction. I didn't even know that was a thing. Honestly, I'm like sad that that's even a thing. Are you kidding me? What?
Dear God, holy man. Whoa. D-Zam. I'm ready for my close-up. Did they just play with this individual and set a reduction? Damn. I'm talking about y'all cold, boy. I can't with y'all. Y'all are too damn cold. Y'all cold as hell in the chat. That my sister said headquarters. The head detective. Alien versus Predator. Damn. Step back. I'm telling you, man, my feed just started going. Damn. Whoa. Somebody asked her, do you consider getting a reduction? Damn, y'all. I'm just saying, they said that they look like us and stuff. You feel me? Foundational Black Americans. I've been around, family. I ain't really seen that right there. I'm just keeping it real right here. Damn. I'm talking about if your satellites is messing up right now, y'all, and you getting bad reception, you know why, my brothers and sisters. You know why. But family, there's somebody else that wants to say peace and love to y'all. And she remembers y'all from a few days ago, and she had such a great time, she wants to come back and say hello.
Hi, friends. I'm about to do a TJ Maxx haul. They have a lot of new discount items. I'm looking for some witch-inspired, grunge-inspired, goth-inspired dresses. And I'm just going to have you guys shop along with me. This is what we've got. They're having a huge sale, as you can see. They've got quite a lot. I mean, I'm looking for something that's like goth-inspired, but it can't be matronly. It has to be sort of Victorian goth. Very classy, very elegant. I like long sleeves. I don't like to show a lot of cleavage, you know, you guys.
Please
And
don't.
they've got some incredible.
Please don't. Please don't show that at all. Please, just no. Yeah, you got it the right way. Don't show that.
$20 for a lot of these dresses. Hi, friends. I am about to do a TJ Maxx haul. Hi, friends. Hi, friends. Hi, friends. Hi, friends. I am about to do a TJ Maxx haul. They have a lot of new discount items. I'm looking for some witch-inspired, grunge-inspired, goth-inspired.
I don't think you need to find no witch-inspired nothing. I think the witches is trying to find some you-inspired something. Damn. Family, all of this is going on in the world today. So we're going to stay focused on our own business, okay? All right, family? If you got all of that, you got 15 heads, you got a 3,000-year-old selling skincare products, and you had witch-inspired clothing by the person that the witches is trying to find, we're going to stay good. We're going to be on delineation. We're going to be on separation, and we're going to be getting to our own bag, y'all. That's what we're going to be doing, okay? We're going to stay over here. We don't want nothing to do with this, fam. If the visuals that you see coming out of the world aren't enough for you to keep your ass at home and stay amongst your family, I'm good with y'all. I'm good. I don't want none of that. The glass lady, the dinosaur lady, the Frankenstein head. I don't want none of that. I'm good with y'all. We could talk about good foundational Black American business. We can have some chicken, some cornbread, and some Kool-Aid, and we can relax. And we could just stay on our own time. The world is getting too spooky, too crazy. They fighting each other. They're on rooftops. We don't want nothing to do with that. I'm good staying over here by my foundational Black Americans. Y'all, they talk whatever they want to talk about us. But if you look at some of the deranged stuff that's coming from people today, they're not Black folks. Only thing you could talk about Black folks is we might be putting some hands and feet on somebody at a restaurant, probably because they was disrespected. But you don't see Black Americans with none of this ludicrous, crazy aliens. Dude earlier said that he is from an alien planet. The last two people I just showed you look like aliens. Hell, the last three of them. So I think we're going to be good at the cookout just with FBA. We're going to be good at the barbecue with just FBA. And we're going to be good at the bank getting reparations with just FBA. FBA by our goddamn self, and we ain't got to worry about none of that type of time and energy, y'all. Boy, I'm telling you, the visuals, the sights, the sounds have gotten even more deranged in America. They went from regular deranged family to like code red deranged. Every day it's a new crazy video, and it only hammers home the point more why we stay to ourselves, brothers and sisters. We stay to ourselves better than everybody else. That's what it's all about, y'all. And I love being amongst my good certified foundational Black Americans. I love being amongst all my beautiful brothers and sisters who just be on all time, really holding it down and really representing. And I love just being in the company of the great ones, fam. Who are the great ones? The great ones are y'all. And the great ones are our lineage. And you got a lot of frauds out here, you know what I'm saying? They want to pick up flags and pretend to be us. They want to dance to rap songs and pretend to be us. They want to get on TikToks and pretend to be us, but they can't be us. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got it in you. And being a foundational Black American, man, either you got it in the morning or you don't. And they don't. So they won't. They can't. So they ain't. And that's just what it is, fam. We made it that way because we've been regulating full time. We represent the certified 100 family. We just out here winning to the fullest, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, forehead reduction. I'm going to be laughing about that all damn day long. All damn day long, fam. They out here talking about forehead reductions. We out here talking about reparations. Okay, they out here talking about a 4,000-year-old skincare product, fam. We out here talking about reparations. They talking about the planet Neutron. Okay, and they're going to delineate in Ethiopia. What you said earlier, Ethiopia. We just out here talking about reparations, family. And it's only going to get better, and it's only going to get worse for them. So that's where we at, man. But y'all been feeling the vibe, man. I'm right here rocking with y'all right now, man. Y'all been feeling the vibe. It's been strong, y'all. It's been so strong because we are a collective, man. The power, the energy of being a collective unit is so wonderful. I mean, it just changes everything. So that's why everybody's been breaking down, and that's why everybody's been out the door, man. Y'all been, feeling the vibe, y'all. It's just like a wonderful thing when you're dealing with foundationals. Everybody want to be us, fan, because we're the most happy right now. I'm going to get to the point. I'm just going to say it. We're more happy than everybody else. Fam, they can say whatever they want. The only reason they say it because what I'm saying is true, okay? We're just more happy than everybody. We're the only people out in the streets dancing. We're the only ones out there in the streets collectively riding with each other. Everybody else is fighting in America. We ain't running around here talking about no civil war, none of that, fam. We just got good vibes. Y'all feel the vibe, y'all? That's what I'm talking about. It's just a different energy, man. We good out here. We dancing. We going to concerts, fam. Look at all the concerts, okay? You want to talk about Beyonce. You want to talk about Kendrick Lamar. You want to talk about Chris Brown, NBA Youngboy, whatever. We the only ones out there at these concerts having fun, fam. Tell me the concert from another community. They not out there. They're too busy fighting in the street. Okay, look what went on with Charlie Murph, fam. Look at everything that's going on with them. They got a lot of bad vibes. We got a lot of good vibes right now. We got a lot of good vibes, and our good vibes are completely conquering everybody. And I'm always stressing that, fam. I'm always stressing that we are moving
This is
so
literally
strong
the craziest
based on positive energy. We ain't got no negative vibes out here. This is why they keep wanting to put negativity on us, y'all.
Bring
But they
that
keep
ass
kind of
here.
like falling
I
flat
thought you was an
because they know
ally.
we're not going for the negative
But
energy
the last
because
post I
they
seen
don't
you
like
was
us
giving
being
out.
happy. They
You
cannot
got
stand the fact that we're happy right now, y'all. Okay, because they want us to be out here falling flat. They want us to be out here talking about when's it gonna get better and what's we gonna do next. FBA's not on that, man. We already know what to do, so we ain't got to keep talking about it. We already know where we're going, so we ain't got to start asking no damn questions.
This is one of the
What
rarest
else do
moments
you want? What
ever
else do
caught
you
on
want foundational Black Americans to do other than what we're doing right now? So yeah, we good. I'm loving the energy. I'm loving the scenes, fam. I'm loving sitting here, getting up, chopping it up with y'all, breaking it down with y'all. We just in a good space and time. We out here winning. We out here serving them up. It's just a beautiful thing to be FBA, and it's terrible to be everybody else. They may not admit it. They may not accept it. They may not acknowledge it. But guess what I love to do, family? I like to do all of those for them. All right. They are miserable. Everybody out there is miserable.
You're
right
pandering.
now, and they're so jealous that we're happy. So the fact that we're happy and they're miserable, that is causing a ripple effect in all of society. So I want everybody to know that. I want everybody to stand on that, enjoy that type of energy, enjoy that presence that we have, and just know that nobody else could do that type of presence like foundational Black Americans can. But fam, I want to send y'all much respect, fam. And I got a message, okay, from Queen Alpha, and she wanted to tell everybody. She said, "Hey family, I truly appreciate all the love you show me. There is nothing like being loved by your certified family, and because of that, I will be back stronger than ever. Where our soldiers are over here." And she said, "I love you guys. Right back, and I will see you soon." And she said, "Love, Queen Alpha." So again, she said, "We soldiers over here," and she'll be back real soon, going through some things, bouncing back. You know, as we all deal with something, we'll always be caught up in situations, going through it, because that's just life, y'all, as we go through the fray. And, you know, we get all things worked out, but we'll get all things worked out. But she says she appreciates all the love and all the messages, all the prayers, all the couple people sent cash apps. Much respect to y'all. So she's sending y'all a lot of love for that family. And she's also telling you, we soldiers over here. And she says she'll be right back at it. And everybody will be right back, man, with that good positive vibe, positive energy, fam, because we stand on certified business all the day, man. So when you got your certified family with y'all, you know you win. And when you got your certified family with you, you already got it wrapped up, fam. So I appreciate the love. She appreciates the love. We all appreciate the love, man. And we're going to continue to bring this real certified energy. And we're going to continue to show the whole world who we are. And who is that? That is the greatest of all time, family. So we done checked all the tethers. We done put them all in their place. We making them put them flags down. And the last one that is remaining is certified foundational Black Americans, okay, which encompasses everything. Got it all in it. Got all the love, got all the energy, got all the pride, and just got us moving along, family. So from my family to your family, from your family to mine, and for all the Black Americans out there, just keep on winning, y'all. We going to keep on regulating. Remember, y'all, everything's going up a notch. Everything's going to another level. Everything's going to a maximum. We ain't got to leave our house, fam, because we got family right here. We ain't got to go nowhere. Notice I'm always saying family. I'm not saying friends. When you got real family, who needs friends? Friends are for kids when you got fam, okay? I don't even have friends, fam. I got associates, and then I got family. It's either going to be one or the other and nothing in between. So I appreciate the love from you guys. Appreciate y'all standing on business. And I just love getting together and roasting people with y'all, family. And guess what? They be listening too, because y'all see that they out there mimicking us. Y'all see they out there following us, but no matter what they do, they can't be us. So all the tethers, all the ops, and all the mops, from conscious zesty flea with his flip-flops laying on his stomach with that rectangle he calls a woman, you're done for. Checkmate, wrapped up, G-checked, and slapped. And then for everybody else that gets in the way of foundational Black American energy, they all get the same treatment. That go for Joyless Reid, and that go for tether number 10, 12, 13, 14. They all are the same to us, fam. They just one big op, and all the ops get tossed on the corner like it's trash day, family. We in here really holding it down certified, y'all. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate everybody who's been in here. And remember this too, family, and I'm going to put this on the line for everybody to understand. The more energy that we create, whether it's through roasting, laughing, line dancing, or checking people, the more energy that we create, family, the stronger this movement becomes, because it's energetic. So our energy is out here heavy, and it is keen on us to continue to laugh. It is keen on us to continue to send blessings and frequency and vibrations to each other. It is keen on us to meet up, to lock up, and to hold each other down. Even seeing a Black American brother or sister in public and nodding your head at them, dapping them up, certified saluting them. Do you know how much that energy transfers from one brother and sister to the other? Do you know how much that goes into the collection plate of our energy? It's beautiful, y'all. So it's keen that we keep doing all that. It's keen that we keep on serving, and it's keen that we stay on our certified energy, because our certified energy, it runs through us and it runs the world. And that's how it's always going to be, because that's how it always was. And we're the ones who's bringing it to them. Brought to you by the greatest foundationals. So family, y'all stay good. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay vigilant. We're going to continue to pack them up, rack them up, and send them out the way. And we're going to continue to do what we do best, family. And that go for all the ops. Shut them down, step on them, straight swat it. So I'll see you on the other side. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love from the Black Alpha Network. And always remember, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, that black is beautiful, and beautiful is always black. Free Huey.
Black Alpha Network, home of Black excellence. Power to the people.